What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you rack up them likes. Let's get this chat filled up. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm all phlegmy and scratchy. Supposed to be playing the game yesterday. Totally screwed that up. Took a little nappy. I thought it was going to be a happy nappy. Didn't work out like that. Woke up sounding and feeling gross. So we had to cancel it yesterday. My apologies for everybody who was all geared up for some gaming. We will be gaming today. I swear. I don't think it's getting worse. I think we're getting better. I just wrapped up in a whole bunch of blankets, drank a bunch of water, sweated it out. Every time I woke up, changed the blankets out, went back to sleep. Feeling a little bit better. Not sounding pretty. Not as pretty as I'm normally sounding, I know. But, you know, we got to get through this. It's one way or another. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to read through the schedule really quick so everybody knows what's going on today. Then we're going to read through all the chats, make sure all of you are actually here. And I'm not just talking to myself sitting in my living room while my cat looks at me like I'm a crazy person. So we'll be starting off today with a video titled Parking Garage in Manhattan Collapses, Killing One Person. We could still say person, right? That's not misassigning somebody. It's an unfortunate event. Then we have a video titled Witnesses Say Victim Killed in Pleasanton Home Depot Shooting Was Trying to Stop Theft. They must not have had that de-escalation training like Walmart and all those other places. Just let them steal stuff. Just allow them to do it. They're not going to get prosecuted anyway. No need to be a hero. Then we have a video titled Shooting of Teen Protested in Kansas City. I'm telling you, protests are starting. We're going to have a spicy summer. Mark my words. I'm seeing the symptoms. We're going to show the symptoms. Then we have a video titled Grifters at the Pentagon Lied About U.S. Hypersonic Capabilities. It's a Matt Gaetz video. I didn't even know Matt Gaetz had a YouTube channel. He's only got 80,000 subscribers. So what that means is if we can get another 20,000 subscribers, we'll be ahead of Matt Gaetz. That's the goal. That's the new goal. Summer goal. Okay, it's good to have goals. Then we have a video titled Career Criminal Assaults Police Officer in New York. Broad daylight. Just walks up, slaps a cop with a bottle. What is going on? That's how it goes. New York is just burning down. Every day we have a video from New York. It's starting to become New York and Chicago every day. They need to wipe it and start over. Then we're going to cover this very short video of George Bush dodging a flying shoe. Now that's not exactly relevant to today's news, but it came across my feed while I was looking at the internet before I fell asleep yesterday. And I noticed how George Bush had the capabilities of dodging a flying shoe. He wasn't just dodging. I mean, he was like Muhammad Ali. You would never see my old man Walter doing that today. You would never see that. So we're going to play the clip so you can see how much life George Bush had in him compared to old man Walter. Old man Walter's too old to be doing what he's doing, in my opinion. We're just going to cover that because, one, it's funny, and two, it really puts spotlight on how old man Walter's just an elderly puppet, just out here singing and dancing for all of us while stuff moves around in the background. So we're going to cover that, and that's how we're going to wrap up today. Later on, we will be playing the game. I think we'll probably start with Fortnite or something like that, because I've never played that stuff. So you guys can help me build a character and give me some advice, whatever. Then after about an hour or so, I'll let you guys know what the lineup is, and we can take a vote, see what game you want to play next, whatever. Any reason we can find to hang out. That's the goal. So now we're going to read through all the chats, make sure everything is working correctly. What is up, everyone, on the JeffMAC YouTube channel? What's up, Rasta? What's up, JB? What's up, Steven or Stefan? I'm so bad with that right there. Steven and Stefan. I never know, but I appreciate you being here. What's up, Shanti? What's up, Toy Mafia? What's up, Miscellaneous Hardware and Chicken? I ain't seen you in a minute. Welcome to the live. What's up, No Mandates? What's up, T. Lawton? What's up, Elisa? What's up, Matthew? What's up, Sam? What's up, GQ? Happy Freedom Hooligans. What's up, Faded? Faded's the hooligan lethal weapon. You didn't know. You take my word for it, okay? You take my word for it. What's up, Adrian? What's up, Leonardo? What's up, Bacto? Happy Freedom. What's up, Snooks? I appreciate you, Snooks. What's up, DJ Z? No, we're not shaking that ass. Not yet. Okay, I'm still a little under the weather. You gotta give me some time. I need to make those extra bucks though, you know. I got that in my back pocket just in case things start getting real bad. I'd just be up here in a hot tub writing hooligan usernames on my face right across my tits for donations. That's how you know when it gets bad. You see me doing stuff like that. We're not there yet. What's up, Blue Crow? What's up, Tony? What's up, Nanner Nose? Happy Freedom. What's up, Mike? I'm still waiting to see Biden's laptop because he sent me his gamer tag, and for some reason that gaming live did not save the chat, so I didn't get to friend him. He's gonna think I'm the biggest piece of crap. So I gotta get that from him. What's up, High Plains Drifter? What is your name? We're just gonna go with dash or maybe underscore. Yeah, it's not a dash, it's an underscore. Okay, your name's underscore. It's like I'm sitting here playing with my Barbies. Happy Freedom underscore. Thanks for being here. What's up, Dave? Yeah. Elections are coming. Things will get spicy. I think that's what's coming on too. Is once spicy summer begins, it usually trails off in the winter. But because we're coming up on an election year, it might stay spicy through the winter. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Oh, let's see. Faded. Old man Walter's catching that shit with his forehead. I'm thinking the same thing. We're going to play that video, and then just imagine old man Walter was in that situation. He's going to stand there. He's going to catch the loafer right in the face, and then he's going to look at Jill Handler, and she's going to be like, just keep going. Keep giving your speech. And then he's going to just stand there and take it. Take it like a big girl. I don't know. He's not going to be dipping and diving. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a shoe. Something like that. Let's see. Jeffro, they mean the cities of Chicago and New York. Yeah, it's not like all Illinois and all of New York State is terrible. It's just those big cities. They're just awful. What's up, William? What's up, Tim? Nobody's fault but mine. Happy Freedom. Thanks for being here. What's up, Gordzilla? Thank you so much for the $7 donation. I appreciate you. Thank you. I watch often, so here's my 13 cents. 13 cents American to help cover the cost of your coffee. I appreciate you, Gordzilla. You're awesome. Thank you so much, Faded, for continuing the membership program. I don't understand why sometimes it says how long and sometimes it don't. I know you've been around forever. I appreciate you, Faded. All right, let's move forward. All the other chats are not getting the attention they need. What's up, Stan? Happy Freedom. Oh, we'll just be covering the news. Don't you worry. Not what it seems. Don't you think we'll be locked down by winter? That depends if you obey or not. I should put my other shirt on. I'm an American and I do not comply. They might. Who knows? What's up, everyone, on the JeffMAC live YouTube channel, on the secret channel? What's up, Cheeky Chops? What's up, Indigo? Happy Freedom Hooligans. What's up, everyone on Twitch? Scrolling up. Oh, we hit the goal. What's up, Tom? What's up, Soul For Real? Mr. Beansy Beans, you did it. 100 subscriptions. You're awesome. Thank you so much for gifting out subs on Twitch to the point where we hit our 100 subscriber goal. You're awesome, Mr. Beansy Beans. Thank you so much. What's up, Peyton? Make sure I don't miss anybody. Appreciate you guys being here. Mr. Beansy Beans, you're VIP. You're VIP for the day. Oh, let's see. Actually, yeah, you're VIP. I already gave you the VIP stats. I forgot we talked about it in the voice chat. If I could give you 2 VIP badges, I would. You're awesome. Oh, I didn't do this over on Kick. Let's get this all set up. Not that it matters. Why does it say I'm not live? I'm live. I'm right here. Oh, there we go. What is this? I think Kick got a little bit of an update. Holy moly, we got 11 followers over there doing great things on Kick. What about Odyssey? Odyssey's been a real big pain in my neck lately. Are we live? Oh yeah, there's hooligans over here. What's up, Anthony? What's up, Blazing Fool? Happy Freedom. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you hit that fire button. If you guys rack up them likes, it brings on great things. What's up, everyone on Rumble? What's up, Joe? What's up, Rasta? What's up, Free Mind Art? What's up, Pumpkin? What's up, Screaming Eagle? What's up, Serum? What's up, Lifelike? What's up, JT Blaster? Let's see. What do you stream your... Oh, where do you stream gaming? The JeffMAC main channel on YouTube, the JeffMAC gaming channel on YouTube. We stream on Kick, and we stream on jeffmaclive.com. I might make a gaming channel for Rumble. I might also make one on Twitch. I just haven't done it yet. We got to get into like a good rhythm of playing the game before I go out of my way to make more channels, because I have lots. I have lots. I probably run 15 channels right now. So right now there's 2 different YouTube channels, Kick and jeffmaclive.com is where we stream the game. What's up, KS4? What's up, Never Comply? Serum Hunter's gamer tag is 4 vats more crack. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I always wonder if we're gonna run into Kyle Rittenhouse. 4 doors, more KJPs. Let's see. I think we got everyone. I think we're all good. What's up, everyone on the JeffMAC Live website? What's up, Donna Sparks? What's up, Livid Review? What's up, Sam? I appreciate you guys being here. You guys are awesome. You're awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and get this started. Snooks, where's my VIP? Wait a minute. Your VIP status over here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, why are you not? Hold up. Let me fix this. Let me do the thing. I gotta copy your username because I can't spell. I spell good. Not really. Not really. I know there's a way to do this. Role manager, maybe? There you are. I hit this button. Oh, I can't make you VIP. I'm not able to make you VIP because you're a mod. That's why. I was wondering. But yeah, that's why. That's why. I was gonna say. Now, how do I get out of this menu? Snooks, you messed me all up. I fixed it. There, we're good to go. Alright, hooligans, let's go ahead and get this started. We're starting off with this video titled Parking Garage in Manhattan Collapses, Killing 1 Individual. This button.
A parking garage collapsed in New York City on Tuesday, killing at least 1 worker and injuring 5 others. According to the city's fire department, all 6 of them were inside the 4-story building when it happened. It's located near the New York Stock Exchange and Pace University in Lower Manhattan. Eyewitnesses said the collapse was sudden and without warning.
I just saw the view of the collapse, and from the rooftop, it looks like it's completely sunken in.
Firefighters were deployed to the scene, but according to John Esposito, chief of fire operations for the city, it was extremely dangerous for them to carry out any search. Esposito said the facility was collapsing even as firefighters were inside the building conducting searches, and they had to pull back and send in robotic devices instead. City Police Commissioner Keechant Sewell said there is no reason to believe it was anything other than a structural collapse. The New York City Department of Buildings online records show that the structure at the site of the collapse had been cited for 45 violations, 25 of them since 2003. In a filing that same year, it was noted that ceiling slab cracks existed and defective concrete with exposed rear cracks were found. A penalty of $800 was paid for the violation.
Exposed the rear cracks was all I got out of that. So they knew there was something wrong. Stuff collapsed, killed a person, wrecked a bunch of people's cars. Probably nobody held accountable every day. I'm trying to think if it was yesterday or the day before we covered a video where it was like the same thing. Building burned down. They knew there was stuff wrong with it. They got warnings. They didn't pass inspections. The building burned down, wrecked a whole bunch of stuff. I want to say, I can't remember where it was. It was a huge facility. It was a big, oh my God, I can't remember what was in there. It was a huge facility, like a factory. It was 3-4 blocks long. The fire started, they put it out, and then it started again, and they said it would be a couple days to put out. But they knew ahead of time this was going to happen. What is going on? I'm getting a call right now. Either way. Let's see. I don't know. I feel like half that stuff is insurance stuff. They're like, oh, our building's not passing inspection? Well, darn. And then it burns down, and then they get all that insurance money. Otherwise, I don't know why they wouldn't take care of it. What's up, Kung Fu? Happy freedom. Adrian, civil disobedience is warranted at this point. We'll see. We'll see. What's up, Laura? Happy freedom. Scrolling through the chat really quick. Might have to go clear my throat in a second. I feel gross. Doo-doo-doo. Kung Fu, all those overpriced EVs. We were going to cover a video talking about that, and then they started talking too much about things we can't show on YouTube. I want to say it's the House. House Republicans are bent against it. They don't like that EV stuff. They're trying to have some sort of debate and put forth bills against this EV push that they're doing. Not only can our infrastructure not handle it, but people can't afford it. They said something like, on average, those electric vehicles cost $16,000 more than the average car. Repairs are more expensive, and it takes longer to refuel the vehicle by, charging it or whatever. It's not practical for the average American. So why push it? And then everybody is being crushed by Bidenflation right now. Diamond gun rear cracks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's all I retained from the video. I sat there. I've watched that video 2-3 times about the parking garage structure, and yeah, they were like, expose their rear cracks, and then all of a sudden I had all these plumber jokes all loaded up and ready to go. I don't know. It's terrible. It's terrible. I can't take anything serious anymore. It just makes jokes out of everything. And at least they paid the $800 penalty to keep operating. Yeah, and that's all they do. They just pay those fees, and then they keep rolling. Then the building burns down, and then, all these people lose their lives and lose their stuff and whatever, and they're like, well, at least we had insurance. And they'll just keep doing it, burning down integrity. They'll build a new business. That's what they do. That's what these wealthy people do. They don't care about anybody but themselves. MDOT paid the fine, but didn't fix the problem. Sounds familiar. Absolutely. Absolutely. Stan, what's a VIP? On Twitch, I can hand Hooligans VIP badges, and I'll attach it to their name so everybody knows that they're hot stuff. Diamond Gun Infant Formula Factory. No, it was something else. I want to say they were like making perfume or something. I can't remember what it was. I don't think it was infant formula. Although that was a thing. That was a thing there when we had shortages and stuff. What's up, Shirley? Infrastructure money, is that helping? You wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think so. Trains derailing, buildings burning down, people defunding the police. It's all a scam. What's up, Trigger Crazy? Happy freedom. What's up, No Mandates? Catching the daytime live. Yep. George, does Mophead speak today? KJP went live at like 12:30, and I didn't lift a finger for that. She's been lame lately. It was like a go-to thing, like we couldn't wait to watch the press briefing, but now it just sucks. It just sucks now. She barely even speaks. I mean, she barely spoke before in between the uhs and the ums, but now she has Kirby come out and just do all the lip flapping about nothing, talking about stuff overseas when we got our own problems here. He doesn't want to talk about stuff going on here. He wants to talk about, it's like make-believe. There's no verifiable way to tell what he says matters. If it's farther than the eye can see, you don't know what's real and what's not real. So he just goes out there and starts telling stories like Mother Goose, flapping his hot dog fingers around, and then we're supposed to sit there and eat that up. It's not worth it. It's not worth anything. This stuff does not affect us. Only what happens here actually affects us. And they don't ever want to talk about anything happening here. They don't want to talk about the border. Well, they say the border's fine. That illegals coming here is not a big deal. That doesn't happen anymore. That's no longer happening. And Biden inflation's going down. Gas prices are going down. The economy's doing great. people aren't poor. People aren't paying $8 for a pack of chicken. That's not really happening. Don't believe your lying eyes. That's all she says, which we all know none of that's true. But now she comes out, she points a finger. Hey, reporter, I've already read your question. We have a prepared answer for you. Go ahead, Kirby, take that person's question. And that's all that goes on. They didn't call on Peter yesterday. They don't call on Simon anymore at all. So what are we watching it for? It's like not even entertaining anymore. So I didn't lift a finger for it. I seen that she was live. I was like, yeah. Same thing with old man Walter. He says the same speech every time we see him. We can only make so much fun of him. and then it's like not even worth watching. And I didn't realize it until I put him on, and then half the chat walks out the door. And I'm like, okay, we got to stop covering him. He's obviously spent. He is spent. Let's see. Pink Lady says MTG is a boss. I like MTG, but I feel like she kind of wrecks her credibility with all the squawking. She's always like going full ham. She's like the conservative AOC because of that, because she's always squawking. I like that she's determined and she's riled up and she's passionate, but she does so much just rambling that it really devalues everything she says. And a lot of times when I show MTG, which I can't hardly, almost every time I put MTG on, I get a strike. And I don't think it's necessarily for what she says. I think YouTube just doesn't like her. But she goes half-cocked on everything, and I like her, but covering her stuff is a little wild. It's a lot like covering AOC. Candace Owens, same thing. I've been seeing a lot of videos of her circulating on Twitter and people just roasting her, and you can't even really defend her because she does the same thing, just flying off the handle, squawking and screaming. Except MTG actually makes points. Candace Owens talks a lot about feelings and like perception and things like that, and I like both of them. I think they're both fine, but they're just so loud and squawking and stuff that their point doesn't come across. It doesn't translate good for a majority of people. And that's just my opinion. Light rain, and when the battery wears out half the value of the car, we don't have a recycling facility for them. Total toxic EVs. It's true. That's part of what that video was talking about, is how if we're building electric vehicles and we're only selling electric vehicles, those batteries are primarily made in China. So we're making China wealthy by having every American buy an EV. And then when the car, like something happens to the battery, we covered an article about that a few weeks ago. If the battery kicks the bucket, your car is pretty much worthless. It costs so much to get the battery replaced that most people can't afford it. So you got to scrap the vehicle. You got to total the car. And some cars don't have a simple way to replace the battery. So just puncturing the battery or scraping it up or whatever can total the vehicle. And then you got to just buy a new one. And it's not practical. And then, like you're saying, we don't have a way to recycle the battery, so they just go to a landfill, and we're just putting giant car batteries in a landfill because of EVs. And the more of those, the more that becomes mainstream, the more of these problems we'll have. We'll have this, the same stuff going on, just more trash. The world needs less trash. Let's see. So reading through the chat. What's up, Salty Ginger? Happy Freedom. Jeffro, yep. I just got to your comment about KJP. Yep, I know. Diamond Gun. How can people in California eat that stuff up? They're in that environment. They are in that environment. So a lot of times you'll see someone become famous and then they'll move out to LA, and you're like, why do you do that? Well, one, because that's where famous people live. Two, that's where all the production studios are. A lot of times when you see people become like country singers, a lot of country singers will move to Nashville, and I'm trying to think, there's another place, but that's where the big studios are for country singers. A lot of times if rappers get famous, they'll move out to New York, or they'll move to LA, or they'll move to Atlanta, because that's where the big studios are. And so when you see someone become famous, like movie stars and stuff like that, they'll go to LA because that's where the studios are, that's where the famous people are. And then you'll see them become corrupt over time. You'll see them change who they are and start participating in these terrible events that we know about, like Ellen DeGeneres and all those people. And you're like, well, how could you do that? Because they're in a toxic environment. That's what they're doing. They're in this environment, and after so long, that brainwashing just sinks in, and you become a part of the nonsense, even though you had no intentions of being that way. Same thing with gangs. You're like, why would anybody join a gang? Why would you want to do that? Well, if you're in an environment that's surrounded by gangs, which I've lived in those situations, if you're not a part of a gang and everyone is, you're a victim to all gangs. If you're a part of a gang, you're still a victim to all other gangs, but at least your gang has your back to some degree. And so you may not want to be a gangbanger, but you're more of a victim by not being that way. Same thing in prison. That's why people are segregated by skin color. And you're like, well, if I went to prison, I wouldn't do that. Okay, well, you'd be a victim to everyone. So it's like, do you want to be a victim to all, or do you got to pick a side? People play that way with politics. They come in here all the time. JeffMAC, you got to pick a side. You got to pick a side. No, you don't. No, you do not. You do not have to play red team, blue team. You do not have to choose gang colors, because not everybody cares about politics. People care about integrity. People care about having a moral compass. That's what they care about. And red team, blue team is regardless of that. Believe it or not, I believe there's people who vote blue team and are still good people. Not politicians. I'm not talking about politicians. I'm talking about the average American. Because we're influenced so much by everything around us, we're not even really making decisions. We're reacting to our environment. We're in a constant state of reaction. And so people who vote blue team, okay, like my grandparents that raised me, both voted blue team every single time. Because their parents told them to do that. So they've always done that. They've never, they're dead now, but they never had someone prove to them otherwise. They were good people. They believed in working. They didn't steal. They didn't collect welfare. They didn't do any of that stuff. They were good people. They raised me. I think I'm a decent person to a certain degree, but they always voted blue team. And it's because they never had a reason to choose otherwise. That's why a lot of times I won't say anything about red team, blue team. I just call them softies, because you either got a brain or you don't. You either know what's going on or you're soft and stupid at the same time. That red team, blue team stuff is like saying you like the Lions over the Packers. This stuff doesn't matter. This stuff doesn't matter. And when you take it too seriously, it wrecks your life, it wrecks other people's lives. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So going back to what you're saying, Diamond Gun, people in California, they're living in that toxic environment. All their buddies are driving a Tesla. All those people are worried about emissions and stuff like that. They fall for that stuff because they live in that environment. They're stuck in this little bubble of softies and stupid people and homeless people crapping in the streets. And they're like, yep, this is how everyone lives. But it's not. And they don't realize that because they're stuck in that environment. If they went to some other area, if they went to Florida for a week, they'd realize the majority of the country does not feel that way. But when you're stuck in that little environment, California's huge, but you're only as big as the world in your mind. So you're surrounded by that. Your environment's like that. You're just like, oh, this is how everyone is. And it skews your perspective of life. So I don't know. That's my opinion. That's how I see it. I feel like I've lived a lot of different lives because I've moved around so much, and I've lived around so many different people that it's easy for me to see how people get tricked. They get tricked. They don't even know that they're being tricked. They just fall down that slippery slope. The Decibel Destroyer, your name's awesome. There's stuff going on in Seattle. Hold on, let me look this up really quick. Let me see what I can find really quick, because I don't have anything that's live right now. Oh, look, it says I'm live. I thought I was being shadow banned. Guess not. Guess not. Okay, we're looking for Seattle. Doo-doo-doo. What is this? Oh, apparently they got a lot of webcams of the streets and stuff. Well, I'm not seeing anything live. What about not live? How about just from today? Come on, do the thing. Do what I tell you to do. Or else. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything on that. I'll have to look again in a little bit. Norma, all she said was no comment. Oh, KJP, that doesn't surprise me. She doesn't answer anything. Just says a whole bunch of ums and uhs. Just reading through the chat. What's up, Annette? Happy freedom. You guys got the flu. Well, that sucks. I hope you guys start feeling better. I think everybody's feeling a little under the weather. I know it's really big in this area because, well, it was 80 degrees Friday, and then it snowed. No, I think Saturday it was 80 degrees, and then like Sunday it dropped to 40 degrees, and then Monday and Tuesday it snowed. And I think it's 40 degrees and feels like 30 outside right now because that lake effect. It's rough living this close to Lake Michigan in the wintertime or when it's cold. Because you could go outside and be fine, but then you get near the water and that wind just blows right through you. You ever had wind that hurts? It hurts. I know out in the desert they have a opposite effect. That wind hits you, it's like sandpaper. It's rough stuff. David, hot honey and lemon. You're right. I need to do that. Every time I try and buy lemon juice, the grocery stores here suck. They're so worried about money that they will have food that they know is rotten sit on the shelves just in case you buy it. Just in case they can make a couple bucks off you because they're hurting for money or they're just bad business owners. But I've bought lemon juice 4 times and I open it up just to see that the whole neck of the bottle is full of mold. Like, stupid. And then you tell them and they don't even care. I mean, they'll give you your 50 cents back or whatever, but like one time I did it 3 times in one day. They were like, well, just go grab another one off the shelf. It was wrecked. Grabbed another one. It was wrecked. I was like, I'm not doing this, okay? I'm not sitting here playing with you guys. You guys are trying to trick me. You know that stuff's old. You need to take it off the shelf. And you're not. You're just leaving it there, just hoping you can make a couple bucks off somebody too lazy to bring it back. It's dumb. So now I can't even have lemon juice. I need to just go buy a lemon and make my own lemon juice. That's what I need to do. Stop being lazy. Bullseye, they're trying to make Taliban. Oh, that's not what I thought you were saying. Trying to make batteries here in Michigan. Yeah. I don't know. I keep hearing that because I said something the other day about Chinese car batteries, and then everybody was like, well, they're making them here and they're making them there. Yeah, but the majority are coming from China. They're coming from China. What's up, Todd? Happy freedom. Let's see. Christine, AC or EV, not enough electricity for both. Yeah, they want that Chinese money. They don't care about people having electric cars. They act like it's good for the environment, but then they don't tell everybody that the chargers are burning diesel fuel. Those charging stations are diesel. So how, like, what is it actually doing? It's not doing anything. They're pushing an agenda. What's up, Damon Walker? Happy freedom. What's up, VH? The press briefing was at 12:30. We're not covering it today. I think it's probably over now. It was 2 hours ago. Salty ginger. The recycling plant. Oh, in Indiana. Yeah, that is what it was. It was in Indiana. Then that's like the second or third one we've covered where there was plastic involved. Some big factory or some facility property had plastic, and then they can't even put the fires out. They have to sit there and fight the fire for 3-4 days. Bullseye, CCP is trying to put a facility here in Michigan somewhere by Big Rapids. Yes, and we covered the board meeting a couple days ago where there was Michiganders out there telling the board members that they were corrupt because they're trying to sell to CCP. They're trying to let the CCP move here in Michigan and build facilities and stuff like that. I don't know why we're allowing that. I read today, someone tagged me, I'm trying to think who it was. Someone tagged me in Gilded for an article. Kimberly, that's who it was. It was Kimberly tagged me. Here in Michigan, they're trying to pass red flag laws. The House just passed it. So the red flag laws is if someone thinks that you're radical, or they think that you're not mentally stable, or they think whatever they want to think, they point a finger at you and they say that you shouldn't have your Second Amendment, they'll just come take it away from you. They're trying to give outsiders the ability to make judgment on whether or not you deserve your Second Amendment. It's wrong. That's wrong. That is Germany stuff. It's kind of like what they did back during J6. They were like, if you think that your neighbor's radical, or you see them having American flags, then you need to call the FBI on them. You need to have them investigated. They were pushing that big time when J6 first happened. It's kind of calmed down now. They were also talking about kids and stuff. You see them having kids and American flags at the same time, you need to call CPS and have their kids taken away. That's messed up. That stuff's messed up. And now they have red flag laws. Chicago already has them. I know there's a couple other places. Isn't that crazy? Chicago has them, and they still have more gun violence than anywhere else in the country. Prove to me that gun laws actually do something. They don't do anything. They just restrict good guys with guns. Bad guys with guns will have guns, they'll get guns, they'll use guns however they want to, because they don't follow the law. That's the point. They are not structured. That's what makes them criminals. The people who make laws know that. They're corrupt, they're criminals. You can see the way they treat criminals. They allow criminals to be criminals, and anyone that's not a criminal, they get punished. How far will this go before people realize that the people in charge are criminals themselves? That's why they're protecting criminals. It's true stuff. What's up, Brenda? Happy freedom. Yeah, the media is to blame for most things. It's not even just the media, it's the people that run social media as well. Because the news only speaks to adults. The youth doesn't watch the news. There's nobody like in their early 20s watching the news hardly at all. But they see clips. They see clips of things on social media, little shorts and whatnot, minute-long videos of other people their age doing stuff and getting away with it. They're influenced by that. They see little clips from CNN talking bad about Republicans, talking bad about conservatives, talking bad about the American flag and people who wave it, and they're impressioned by that. And they see all kinds of other stuff, and it influences them to become criminals, have that criminal mindset and think that it's okay. Social media and the media itself is to blame for the influence it has on the American people. That's my belief anyways. Norma, I went to about 15 different schools. I went to a lot of schools too. Like when I graduated, it wasn't like I was graduating with my class that I grew up with, all my buddies, and so it wasn't like that. I graduated, I didn't even go to graduation. I was more excited about college than I was anything prior to college. Cheeky Chaps, I don't know what you're talking about, the Bin Laden raid. It took me a second there. I was like, what? Thank you so much, Peter, for that $5 donation. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see. What gives hope for me is hearing a young man like yourself speaking of good common sense. God bless you. Well, thank you, Peter. God bless you. I think it's because I was raised by my great-grandparents. Like, when my grandma died, she was like 92, and when my grandpa died, he was like 94. I mean, they lived full lives. But they were always concerned about my moral compass. I'd come home and be, oh, my friends got all this stuff, or they're doing all this cool stuff, and I want to go do it too. And they're like, no, that doesn't sound like a good idea. And when I was young, I used to hate that. Would never let me do what everybody else was doing. But now, as an adult, I look at everyone that's my age, and they're smoking crack. They're sitting in jail. They're not taking care of their kids. Or they're there with their kids, but their kids are bad, and they don't even do anything about it. They just let their kids be bad. They're lowlifes. They don't have their teeth in their head. They don't have any brains in their head. And I'm like, man, how are we the same age? And you look like you're in your 70s, and I don't. Like, why are you using drugs and abusing alcohol, and I'm not? And it's got to be the upbringing. It's got to be. It's the only thing I can think of at this point. Because it's like I keep saying about fentanyl. Fentanyl is the #1 killer in America right now, killing more Americans than anything else. Well, everyone's blaming China. Everyone's blaming the border. Nobody's making these people use fentanyl. No one's forcing them to do it. They're choosing to do it. They are choosing to use fentanyl. They could bring all of it in. We don't have to use it. People are choosing to use it, and I don't understand why. It's got to be the upbringing. People are not raising their kids correctly. They're not putting enough effort into the kids. You got to pour into them. You got to invest in your children. They will not just grow up on their own. Like kids become adults on their own, but they won't develop a moral compass if you don't give it to them. If you don't teach it about them. And then our parents weren't that great. Like the people before us, there's good and bad people of every generation. But as technology grew to be more normal and more of a part of our general life, the less we care about our kids. The more we just let the internet raise our kids. And then they are deceitful. The internet teaches children to be deceitful on purpose. And so you're like, hey, what's up? How's it going? They're like, oh, it's going fine. You're like, well, my kid's doing fine. They just told me so. And that's it. That's all the parenting that's going on. Got to invest in your children. We've covered a couple videos where we've had people talking about their kids and how their kids are, award-winning athletes and all this other stuff. You got to make that happen. This stuff doesn't just accidentally happen. You have to care about your kids. And there's a lot of people who don't. And then they grow up to be Antifa. And they grow up to, want to turn their wiener inside out. They want to believe in all this nonsense. They grow up to be these protesters that are radical instead of just standing up for what they believe in. They're just radical. And it's because nobody was raising them. They're raised off SpongeBob and the internet, and that's that. Damon Walker, now you sound like the government. How do I sound like the government? It must have been something I specifically said. Cheeky Chaps, I did not get an email from you. I'll dig through it. I don't recall getting an email from you, though. Mark, what's happening in Seattle? I don't know. I couldn't find anything on it. Bagpiper, I live right off of Lake Michigan. It's windy 100% of the time. 2 miles in, no wind. Yep. I agree. I feel the same exact way here. I'll go out to Ludington, and Ludington's so on the water that whatever it says the weather is going to be is never what it is. It could be 85 degrees. You'd be in Scottville, which is just east of Ludington. Probably 10-15 minute car ride. You'd be in Scottville and not feel the wind. Come to Ludington and have your hat blown off. It feels like 15 degrees colder just because of the wind. It's weird how that works. Same thing with snow. You could be in Ludington, it's supposed to snow, just get little flurries here and there, but then you go inland about 20 minutes and it's just dumping snow because it blows over Ludington because of that lake effect. Let's see. I don't know what you're saying, Diamond Gun. Cheeky Chaps, I don't know what you're talking about. JeffMAC is known in Iraq for being savage. I don't know about all that. You crack me up, Cheeky Chaps. You crack me up. Mikhail. I'm so terrible with names. Portage. I don't know what Portage is. Alright, let me read through the chats really quick, make sure everybody's good, and we'll move to the next video. So for real, we have the same weather patterns here. The weather's gone wild. Yeah, it's because we're about to have a seasonal change. At least that's why it's going crazy here. Everybody's been tricked. I had to take my car to the shop yesterday, and everybody that came in, they were like, can you believe it was 80 degrees 2 days ago and now it's snowing outside and we all got winter hats and coats on? I'm like, yeah, because I knew. When I used to work for this pothole repair place, I'd have to go outside and snow blow. And it's one of those areas where the snow is just dumps there. And so we'd come in 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. They'd go and make coffee. I'd have to go outside all wrapped up with the snow blower and snow blow the whole parking lot and everything. And I remember, because I worked there for a couple of years, and I was the only employee. I was the only person that actually worked there. Everybody else was just like office workers. But I remember having like shorts on one day and then be wrapped in a winter coat using the snowblower the next day. And just being like, man, I really thought I really thought spring was here, but it's not. And after a couple of years of that, I knew better. I seen it was 80 degrees outside. I was like, I'm not putting my winter coat up. No, not till May. It can snow all the way to May here. It is not surprising. It's not surprising. That stuff, it happens every year. It's false flag spring. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. If it's not May, don't fall for that sunshine. That's not real. Go out there and enjoy it, but just don't think the snow is gone. It's not gone. Thank you so much, Sam, for that $25 donation. I appreciate you, Sam. Thank you so much. Let's see. Trigger Crazy, Jeff have glitter on his cheek? I better not. I got a mole. That's a beauty mark. We still say that, or is that racist? I can't remember. I don't got no glitter on my cheek. Oh, I think it's the green screen. Getting a little flicker here. I'm shining bright, okay? Don't be mad. I'm standing tall and shining bright over here. Hating. Over here hating on me. Alright. Let's see. What is the next video? The next video is titled Witnesses Say Victim Killed in Pleasanton Home Depot Shooting Was Trying to Stop Theft. Like I said before, the prosecutor's not going to do anything to these criminals. It's no time to be a hero. But I say that with a grain of salt, because I kind of have a hero complex. There's been a couple situations where something bad was happening and everything in my body was like, go stand up for the person that needs it. I've told you guys before, my ex, who I used to live with for a decade, out in the middle of nowhere, her brother had come home from the hospital, and I had never met him. He was in the hospital for alcoholism, and so when he got home, he was all feeble and stuff like that, because alcoholism runs in their family. And we gave him digital TV, brought him one of those little antenna things so he could have regular TV, free TV. And so I was sitting there hanging out with him and was like teaching him how to use it and stuff, because I was like the tech guy in the area. Nobody knew how to use a cell phone or even set the timer on their microwave, let alone hook up digital cable, or not digital cable, but digital TV. And so I had gone over there, hung out with him just for the day, showed him how to work his TV, made sure he was all good, because we had gone in the house and cleaned everything up. I mean, it was disgusting there. Vodka bottles everywhere. Just terrible place. Cleaned it all up. He got home, hung out with him for the days, in his 40s or 50s. Showed him how to work the TV. Called me back like 2 or 3 times. He was having issues with it. I'd come back and show him a little bit more how to do stuff and whatever. And then the next day, I got a call from my ex's sister, and she said, she was screaming and crying, and she was like, his house is on fire. His house is on fire. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they were like, so-and-so, his house is on fire right now. I don't know what to do. And I was like, well, you need to call 911. She was like, I did. I don't know what to do. He's in the house, whatever. And this is like 10 blocks up the road. So I hop in my car, and I drive over there, and I'm like, what's a stop sign, right? This is emergency. And I show up, and the whole house is on fire. I hop out of the car. Think I was on an incline, because I don't even think I put the car in park. Just hopped out of the car, just left it cruising along, ghost ride the whip. And I'm like running, sprinting towards this house that's on fire. Everything in me, it was like I was the Flash. I was just like, go through the door. Just go through the door, pull this guy out of the house. I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about him. And I only knew the guy for 24 hours. And I was like 6 steps away from that front door. And big fireman dude just spear tackles me to the ground. He's like, it's too late. I'm fighting this guy to get off me. I'm like, I gotta get in the house. And they pulled him out, fried to the couch. Right there. Like right there in front of me. Pulled him out. His 2 officers walked out with this couch and just charred body across it. He was gone. He was way beyond gone. And they were like, you can't do anything. And I felt crushed. I felt like it was my fault. And people are like, you got a hero complex. And it's like, I just don't want bad things to happen to people. And if I can do something about it, I will. I'm bulletproof. I feel like I'm bulletproof. And that might be ignorant, but there's a lot of people that are scared. And fear controls them. I don't let fear control me. So if I see people frozen in place, they don't know what to do, and they need help, I'm proactive. I'm real proactive. I run towards the fight, not away from it. And so like this video we're about to watch here, where this guy was trying to stop a thief at Home Depot while this guy was at work. He tried to stop him, got shot and killed. Logically, prosecutor's not going to prosecute him. The store doesn't care. Let him steal stuff. But moral compass, If that was me, I'd probably try to stop him too. I'd probably be sitting there in the same boat too. Just like, I see somebody doing wrong, I'm gonna straighten them out. I can't just sit here and, if you watch somebody do something wrong, you're a part of the problem too. You didn't speak up. I think it's crazy how many people worry about snitching. When we were running Discord and we had like thousands of people in Discord, everybody would just sit there and watch the house burn down. You'd see somebody doing something wrong, fighting with other people, and they would just sit there in silence. And I'm like, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you tell me this was happening so I could fix it? And they were like, well, I don't want to be a snitch. You will sit in the house on fire and go down with the house because you're worried about snitching. Snitching is doing something wrong with somebody else and then turn around and tell on them when you were a part of the problem to begin with. That's what snitching is. If you see somebody burning your house down, say something. That's not snitching. I don't understand that. And I grew up in rough areas of people, you know, we don't call the police and da-da-da. I've been a part of all that. But if somebody is burning your house down, say something. Don't just take it because you're scared of snitching. That is stupid. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. But it's a big thing. So if you see something, say something. And like this guy who lost his life defending Home Depot, I'd probably be in the same boat. As much as it logically doesn't make sense because they're not going to get prosecuted, I'd probably be in the same boat. We'll go ahead and cover this really quick, and I'll read through the chat. Well, let's try it with some volume. It works a lot better if I unmute the video.
To a developing story tonight, the Alameda County coroner has confirmed a person shot at a Home Depot in Pleasanton has died. This happened around 2:15 this afternoon at the store on Johnson Drive. Tonight, Home Depot says the man who was killed was an employee. KTVU's LaMonica Peter joins us live tonight from the store with the latest developments. LaMonica.
This store has been closed since the shooting happened this afternoon, and they say they're going to reopen tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So we talked to customers as they were arriving here and found out that someone had been shot.
A lot of things, they lock up a lot of things already, so it's crazy.
That's scary. A. B, not something that generally happens in Pleasanton, so it's unusual.
People arriving at the Home Depot on Owens Drive in Pleasanton had no idea what happened there or why it was closed. Pleasanton police say around 2:15 Tuesday afternoon, they got a call saying a man was bleeding inside the store. Witnesses say the man, a store employee, was shot while trying to stop someone from stealing.
They can do it and they can get away with it, and what is it, like $950 worth of stuff that you can steal without getting in trouble? So why wouldn't you walk in there and grab a new barbecue or something,
Just after the shooting, multiple agencies, including Oakland Police and Alameda County Sheriff's deputies, pursued two suspects just off 580 onto Golf Links Road. Two people are now in custody.
On the one hand, I'd like to see more enforcement, but also, like the reason we've kind of moved away from that is to, maybe like not be so aggressive with how we like trampling people's rights and stuff. So it's really a hard problem. Just feels like we're kind of on the wrong side of it now.
Now, Sarah Gorman from Home Depot sent us a brief statement, and it says, "We're heartbroken over this senseless tragedy. Blake was our associate and friend, and our hearts go out to his family and everyone who knew and loved him." Now, the coroner's office has not officially confirmed his name or his gender, but Pleasanton police say if anyone has any information about this, if they saw anything, to please contact the Pleasanton Police Department. Mike?
LaMonica Peter is live tonight there in Pleasanton. LaMonica, thank you.
Well, like I said, try to stop a thief. And like the guy in the truck was saying, he was like, well, if you could steal $950 worth of stuff without getting in trouble, then why wouldn't you go pick up a new barbecue and stuff? It's like the shop's not going to stop them. Cops aren't doing anything. Logically, you would think, well, it's not my problem. I'm just at work. But that moral compass gets in the way, and you're like, nah, I can't let people just be bad around me. I need to straighten them out. And then he paid the ultimate price for it, and that's too bad. Sound like he was a good person. We need more of those, that's for sure. What's up, Hillbilly at Heart? Happy freedom. Tara, when do you suppose the Tesla coil in Texas will be switched on? Would solve energy. I don't think they'll let that happen. I don't think they would let that happen. I don't think the government will allow Tesla coils to power things. I don't think that they will allow vehicles to run on water. I just don't think they're going to allow that stuff. Anytime that kind of technology comes out, somebody invents it, that person winds up dead. The government owns the plans. They patent it, so it's illegal for anyone else to make it. And then we just keep doing the same song and dance we've been doing. I don't think they'll let that happen. Let's see. Guy Dub. Peter got to ask KJP about the 3 Tennessee electorates being invited to the White House, but not the victim family members. I'll see if I can find that, because that's kind of the only point of the White House press briefing is we want to know what Peter says. And I didn't cover it today because they didn't even call him Peter yesterday. But I'll check it out, see if we can skim through it, and we'll just see what Peter had to say. And we'll do that in a second. Just reading through the chat here. Joe, when self-defense is illegal, then relocation is necessary. Yeah, that's how it is here in Michigan. There's no self-defense here. But I can't move away. I don't want to move away. I like where I live. It's not so bad where I live. It's everywhere else in Michigan that's trash. And I always think that's crazy because people are like, where are you from? I'm like, well, I live in Michigan. They're like, oh, you're from Detroit? No, I'm from the only part of Michigan that doesn't suck. It's on the west side, like where the water is. The rest of Michigan is rough. And I mean, there's other nice places in Michigan, but as far as big cities, the big cities are the worst parts of Michigan. Everything else is nice. It's nice. People don't shoot each other or steal from each other. Not like Chicago style. Things happen, but it's usually teenagers that are bored, being dummies, and they get held accountable around here. Let's see. Just reading through the chat. I was going on my little rant there, and I didn't get a chance to read through the chat. What's up, Impreza? Nah, you're not late. You're not late. You're doing fine. I feel like lately we've been doing more just chatting than actually covering the news. There isn't anything good on the news. There's nothing good on the news. We caught a protest yesterday for a few minutes. It lasted 56 minutes. I think we have a video of some protesting today. It's not just protesting. It's some news article about protesting, but I think we're going to have a spicy summer. Until we actually get to summer and there's nothing going on, I'm going to believe that there's going to be a spicy summer. I'm seeing all the symptoms of it, and we're getting closer to election times. Peter, I believe that the times that we're living in, God is right now separating the wheat from the chaff. Maybe I'm reading that incorrectly. I mean, it does seem like the end of times. Like they say, when what's wrong is right and what's right is wrong, that's when you know you're in the end of times. And you're seeing corruption on a level that I've never seen before. I've never seen people so excited to turn their wiener inside out and say things that just totally does not make sense. It just scientifically does not make sense to any degree, and people are out there protesting about it. People want to protest to have their rights taken away. Just make it make sense. Explain it to me like I'm a 3-year-old. I just do not understand how people could be just so wrong. We're going to cover a video talking about people protest. Oh, the protest video I was just mentioning. They're blaming the guns. You could watch somebody come in and shoot your whole family, and you're like, oh, those darn guns. What? Like, that wasn't a person holding on to it? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how people could be so stupid. David, it's worldwide. Society is collapsing. That's what it feels like. I feel like we're always on the brink of something terrible happening, but a lot of times it pulls back. Like I keep saying, it's like we wander off one way, we start getting really radical, and then boom, we hit the wall, and then we start wandering the other way, and we start becoming more and more conservative and withdrawn. It's like we just kind of wander back and forth. One of these times we'll fall off the rails, though. I believe it. It's like we live through life like bumpers, like you're bowling. You got the bumpers up. We haven't fallen in the gutter yet. We just get really close and we hit the bumper, and then we just come back the other way. But I worry one of these days we will hit the gutter. Let's see. Jeff Rowe. Sometimes they don't know that certain things are laced with the wrong thing as well. I'm not sure what you're responding to, something obviously I said, but you're absolutely correct. You are correct. Edward, I thought the internet was for adult content. It is. It's just the people who go out there and find other reasons to use the internet. That's what's wrecking things. Michael, Benton Harbor, yeah. Used to live right down there. Yeah, Diamond Gun, that school that you're talking about right off of Gaylord is gone. It's gone now. The building's not even there. They took it down like right before wintertime. Me and WMM were just walking by there the other day, and we walked up the road, and I was like, where's the school? It's like just a field now. There's nothing there. The playground and everything is gone. And he was like, oh yeah, they ripped it out. And I was like, what? I didn't know that. The whole school is gone. Moog, what'd you go to school for? I went to school for music production and audio engineering. I have a bachelor's degree in it from Full Sail, which is why you hear beats and stuff. I'd like to make more beats, but I got to get FL Studio. It's $500. I almost want to put it on a credit card, but then I'll have more bills, and I already am not doing so hot on bills. What's up, betrayed by corrupt scumbags? What? Hold on. Something. I think we got a duplicate, because the real betrayed by corrupt scumbags has been a hooligan for like a year. Nah, man. I don't know. I don't know why people do that. There's somebody else that got duplicated as well. It happens when they get attention. Somebody goes out there and creates a username that's exactly the same. I don't know why. I don't know why people do that. Bubba, winter weather here in Utah. I don't know anything about Utah. I don't even know where it is on the map. I'm not really big on geography. I know you guys haven't had protests. I know that because if you would have, I'd know where it is. That's how my whole geography education comes from, covering protests. But I don't know what winter's like and stuff over there. Just reading through the chat really quick. Edward, stripper glitter. No. That's not what it is. It's not stripper glitter. I'm not sure if the stripping places here are even open. They may not have survived the lockdowns. I know they were closed for a while and they were trying to figure out what to do. They're rough here. There's like lot lizards indoors. It's rough here. I've only been to a strip club once. That was enough for me. Something about paying for it is just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It's just, I don't know about paying for stuff. Not stuff you can get for free. I'm not that desperate. Damon Walker, that's why they call it the Winter Wonderland, pure Michigan. You're always wondering what the weather's going to be. Yeah, you see the new license plates, the old school dark blue plates with the yellow letters, and then on the bottom it says Winter Wonderland. It should say Winter Wasteland, because in the wintertime everything just kicks the bucket around here. Let's see. Thank you so much, Diamond Gun, for that $5 donation. I appreciate you. Yes, I noticed that too. They haven't confirmed his name or his gender. Yeah, just threw that in at the end of the video there. I don't know. Oh, I see everybody caught that. Everybody caught on to that. Why is that relevant? The poor guy kicked the bucket trying to just stand up for what's right. Got shot. And they're worried about what to write on the obituary. I don't know. It's messed up. Thank you so much, Ball, for continuing the membership program for 14 months. You're officially a hooligan. I appreciate you. Thank you, Ball. Guy Dub, fear isn't from God. That says a lot. That's absolutely right. God gave you a sound body and mind. Did not give you a spirit of fear. There's no spirit of fear, no spirit of anxiety, no spirit of dread. That stuff is of the devil. Yeah, we used to talk about that all the time when I was a chaplain. We'd be dealing with people that are suffering, maybe experience a house fire, maybe being held hostage, things like that. And you're just trying to love on them, try to knock them out of that spirit of fear. Fear controls people. It will cripple you. Same thing with doubt. Doubt has killed more dreams than failure ever will. Part of growing and part of being successful is failing. Doing things that just don't work out. I'm trying to think. The person that created the light bulb failed 999,000 times. And they said, well, why, if you failed so much, why do you keep trying? And he said, well, I know 999,000 ways to not make a light bulb. That's more than you know. I'm closer to making a light bulb than you are. And it's like, well, you can't fight that. But if you let doubt or fear control you, you'll never be anything. You'll never be anything. You have to be willing to fail. And that's the hardest thing to get over. It's the hardest thing to get over. Like doing this right here, sitting here and hanging out with you guys. When I started, I wasn't even on camera. We just put protests on the screen. I didn't have a mic. I wasn't on camera. I wanted to be doing what I'm doing right now. And it took 3 years to get to be this way, for me to feel comfortable enough to sit here where we spend more time sitting here talking to each other than showing anything now. We spend more time on this screen right here than showing anything now. And I've wanted this more than anything for the last 3 years. And it just took this long to get here. A lot of it was fear. A lot of it was doubt. But, inch by inch, I kept fighting. And now here we are, hanging out, doing cool stuff, doing hooligan stuff. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you showing up every day. That's why I was so broken up when I lost everything. And it happened on April Fool's Day. That was the worst. I went and saw some family on Easter, which I never do, but I did. And they were like, yo, I saw your video and I thought it was an April Fool's joke, but it wasn't. You didn't say to die at the end or nothing. I was like, no, that was real stuff. I did lose everything. Thankfully, I got it back. Most of it. My Facebook is still compromised, and they're not doing anything to help me. They're not. That stuff is just gone, I guess. Let's see. Tree herder, happy bicycle day. What is that? Is that a real thing? Or is that like some code stuff? Either way, I appreciate you being here. Bicycle day. I haven't rode a bike in a long time. Not since I was like 18 or 19. Matthew, can you help me make a cartoon video featuring my cat Jinko, please? Yeah, just send me an email. I mean, I don't know specifically how to do it, but I'll get with you. We'll figure out how to do it, because I like that stuff. When I was a young lad, that was what I wanted to grow up to be, as a person that created cartoons. Because then you can make anything. All you gotta do is be able to draw it. I always thought that was really cool. I always wondered how to do that. But send me an email and we'll work it out. I'll help you figure out a way to make that happen. Kyle, here in Minneapolis. Oh, am I getting another call? Oh my God, everybody is calling me. Shoot, I might have to take this. Why? Why is this happening? I'm at work. Here in Minneapolis, they just passed a bill allowing Muslim prayer to be played throughout the city. That's interesting. Weird. I mean, not weird in a bad way, but just that's leaning heavy in one area for a free country. It's weird. Matthew, it'll only be 2 minutes long. Yeah, just send me an email. We'll work it out. We'll get it figured out. Like I said, I don't know exactly how to do it. I've never done it, but I will help you figure it out. I am resourceful. Crack shot. I'm gonna go ahead and pass that. I ain't gonna read that out loud, but that's yeah. Adrian, Thomas Edison. That's what I thought. I didn't want to say the wrong name. It would have taken away from what I was saying. Yes, Thomas Edison. Wicked Patriot history lessons with the King Hooligan. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, I appreciate you, Norma. What's in your left hand? I have all kinds of stuff. This is a NFC bracelet. And then this is pumpkin pie chapstick. And then I got almond oil chapstick. And then I got vanilla latte chapstick. And then we got the screaming goat. And then I also got a little fidget spinner, right? But then at nighttime, you make it spicy, right? Throw my own little rave over here. Break out some glow sticks. I actually have glow sticks too. It's I don't know. I fidget. It's so I don't bounce so much, because I sit here and like bounce my leg and stuff. And I watched the replay to see how I can improve. And I notice I'm like sitting here doing this the whole time, or I'm like drinking Monsters. My old lives, I'd be just slamming Monsters, 6-7 cans of Monster. I'm surprised I didn't have a heart attack. Let's see. Pyro, how do you feel about homesteading? Started with chickens and adding goats this summer. It's the way to go. If you got property, it's definitely the way to go. Those people I used to work for, and also who got me into being a chaplain, they bought property and were living in a camper or something on the property until they made enough money to build a house. And then once they built a house, they built stalls for goats, and they have chickens and all kinds of stuff. And they don't hardly buy anything from the store. They buy grain and rice and stuff from Amish people. They have a market nearby, but they eat goat meat, they drink goat's milk, they make goat cheese, they eat chicken. I mean, they do all of it. They have crops and stuff like that. They do all of it. They're like almost completely self-sustaining. The whole house runs off solar panels, and he has a wind turbine and stuff like that. If I could do that, I would. I live in this little tiny apartment and I hate it, but you know, there's nothing I can do about it. Maybe one day I'll be big like Crowder and Salty and all them people, and I'll have enough money to move into a house. If the day I get into a house, we're going to do a hooligan potluck. Like, as soon as I can. As soon as I can put that together. That is on the bucket list. It's up near the top. It's a high priority. If you guys and your support helps me get into a house, we are absolutely going to do a potluck. I want it so bad. I love hanging out with you guys and meeting you guys in person and all of that stuff. So, I don't know. I think it'd be a really great deal. But as long as I live in this little baby apartment, I can't even get like a generator. I can't do anything to be self-sustaining. I'm kind of stuck in a position here. But if you have the ability to do homesteading and all that stuff, absolutely. Absolutely. The less you have to rely on a stable economy, the better, because you just can't rely on the world around you at this time. And who knows, it may never be that way. Everything's always changing. But as long as you're whole and you have control of your environment, absolutely be self-sustaining as much as possible. Oh, let's see. What's up, Bloopy? Happy freedom. I appreciate you, Wicked. David, Kermit's fingers. What is that? That sounds something else. Adrian, love streams like this. It makes it easier to work from home. I do too. I like hanging out with you guys. I don't know what you're talking about, Matthew. But yeah, send me the email, because I am interested in working on that. What's up, Daniel? Alright, reading through the chats here. Mr. Beansy Beans, the new mayor is just as bad as Beetlejuice. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. They're going to allow Chicago to just tear itself apart. They don't care. They do not care. Grey Wolf, how come you're not a cop? Because I would probably expose the whole department, and then they would kill me. That's the biggest reason. And I don't know if my criminal record will prevent me from being a cop, because I have 3 counts of assault and battery. Plus, I have a lot of accusations, but not convictions. because I didn't do anything wrong. People just point their finger at me and call the police, and then I go to jail, and then I bond out for $700, and then I hire an attorney for $2,500. Then I go to court, and then they say, well, we don't have any evidence that you actually did anything wrong. And then they throw the case out because I didn't actually do anything wrong. But every time something happens, then they read all these accusations. They're like, well, you went to jail for all this stuff even though you were never convicted. Like, yeah, that's the point. I wasn't convicted. I didn't do anything wrong. I was accused of doing something wrong. But they hold it against you here in small baby town Michigan because they don't have anything else to do. So they pull up all your accusations as well as your convictions, and they hold it against you as if you were sentenced. And they just, I don't know, they treat me like I'm a bad person, and I'm not. And so I would get in there, I'd probably see that they're all corrupt, I would expose them for being corrupt, and then they'd tune me up. They'd catch me in a dark alley somewhere and tune me up. Be one of those situations where they're like, well, we don't know what happened, we think he left the gas on, his whole house just exploded one day, nobody knows what happens, the police refuse to investigate. I'd just be another face on the news. I appreciate you, Soul, for real. I don't know, I've thought about being a cop a couple times, but I don't know. A buddy of mine's a cop right now. He's a sheriff. And he keeps telling me to come down and try out and stuff like that, but I don't like being around corruption. If I think you're corrupt, I'm going to put you out there. I'm going to do everything I can to hold you accountable. And police is like a brotherhood, which is why they don't snitch on each other. And like they say, if you're a good cop and you see a bad cop and you don't say anything, you're a bad cop too. And I believe in that. And so I would most likely get taken out. Yeah, Grey Wolf, I remember. We used to stay up so late covering those protests, and now they don't even happen. I'm glad that stuff doesn't happen, though. I mean, I do want to hang out and see exciting stuff on the TV, but seeing that protesting every day hardens your heart. Big time. Big time. It makes you so desensitized to everything. You could just watch somebody get smoked by a car right in front of you, and you just don't even feel it. You don't even, it's like nothing. You sit there and just keep eating your sandwich. You're not even a person anymore. You're just existing. I'm glad that stuff's not going on. It was like hurting me mentally, and I didn't realize it because I'm sitting here in the house. But then I'd go out and hang out with people, and they're like, "What happened? Like, why are you like this? You're just dead inside." And I'm like, "You don't realize we're seeing people getting tear gassed and beat with batons and breaking windows and setting fires and saying crazy stuff, super crazy stuff, and just being terrible to each other to a point where you just turn off your humanity. You're just not even there inside anymore." But I'm glad that stuff's not going on anymore. Trigger Crazy, I'll bring the poutine. You got to. I've never had a real one. I've made some myself. Throw a little sprinkle a little cheese on some fries and throw some gravy in there. I've done it a couple times, but I've never had the real deal. You'll have to bring it to me. Trigger Crazy, the convoy was fun to watch. We're lucky we made it through that convoy stuff, because they didn't want me to show that. I was working it around. I got away with it, and then we started covering the American convoy stuff that happened after the Canadian convoy, and then they started hitting me with those strikes, and that's when they got me. So it was good times when the convoy was rolling, but it sucks because none of that footage exists anymore. It's all deleted and stuff. I have most of it saved, but it's not on YouTube or anything like that. It's all been taken down. Yeah, Sam, we're definitely going skydiving. Absolutely. Wicked, I love poutines so much. Where do you get poutines from? Like, in Canada, you can get it from McDonald's. You can go to McDonald's and order a poutine. You can't do that here. I wish. I'd like to know what it's all about. I've only had the Americanized version, just the kind I throw together on my stovetop. I got an electric stove, but because of everything going on, it makes me want to go get a gas stove. If I didn't live in this apartment, I probably would, just to flex my freedom. KS4, JeffMAC news stories are way better than fake news. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let's see, just reading through the chat here. I can't believe we've already been live for an hour and a half. I was really sweating this when I was setting up the live. I was like, man, I sound like crap. I kind of feel like crap. I'm going to suck, and everybody's going to tell me I suck, and then everybody's going to leave. It's been pretty good. Keeping it rolling. Cash flow protests might be starting up soon here in Ohio. In Akron, like we were covering yesterday. I'll look for that here in a second. I didn't even think about that. I'm sure there will be protests. They were protesting yesterday. And ask, what even is a cheese curd? I don't know. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't. When you say cheese curd, then it sounds bad. It sounds bad to me. Like, I don't like cottage cheese and stuff like that. Ugh, blue cheese, all that. It's gross to me. But I've even seen teenagers eating poutines and stuff like that, and they love it. And kids don't like anything, so it's got to be good. Anything with gravy is good. I mean, I don't know if that's just because I'm an American, but anything with gravy, I'm good with. Gravy is good on everything. Annette, you need to hear that song, Jesus, What Happened to Us? I'll put it up on the search. That way I can listen to it after the live. Boom. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll check it out after the live. NS, doubt's gonna get you. No, it's not. I was having doubt setting up the live, but here I am. Because I try not to let doubt get in the way. I wouldn't be here if I let doubt get in the way. Let's see. I read through the chat until we get to the bottom, and once I get to the bottom, then we show another video. That's how we do it. Wikipatriot, cheese curd isn't a special kind of cheese, it's just young cheese. One that hasn't been aged at all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's on the other side of being spoiled milk. It gets me. When you realize that good cheese is just bad milk, then it's like, I don't know. I'm sure it'll be good though. I'm sure. I'm waiting on you to bring it to me, Trick Crazy. You got to be the first one to bring me a poutine. It's on you. That weight is on your shoulders now, bud. Let's see. All right. What's the next one? What's the next one we're covering? Shooting of a teenager protested in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. You hear it? You hear it? We know all the chants. For not being protesters, we're well informed on how the chants work. All right, let's get it.
He is the most unthreatening individual I probably ever encountered. That's right. And so the question is, at 5'8", at 140 pounds, what did Andrew Lester look out and see? And the answer is he saw a black person, and for him that was enough justification. This 84-year-old man who lived in so-called God's country, he saw his black skin as a weapon. Is it a hate crime? Is it enough to shoot someone and the only thing that they're armed with is the color of their skin? Should that qualify as a hate crime? We think so. But the Missouri statutes, that kind of Missouri statute doesn't exist.
His beautiful black face is something we're now seeing. Not because of his accomplishments, his excellence, his beauty of just being black, but because he was shot by a perpetrator of racial violence.
And this is the reason that KCPD is receiving some of the brunt of our angst. They have continued to spread a lie. They said they could not hold Andrew Lester for more than 24 hours. That's true under the law. So hold him for 24 hours. They held him for 2 hours. If they would have held him for 24 hours, and this is what we spoke to the prosecutor about and the officers who were there, if they would have held him for 24 hours, they would have held him long enough to get the statement from the kid with a bullet in his brain. This 16-year-old boy was shot at point-blank range in the face. A bullet traveled from his gun less than 5 feet into his upper temple. penetrated his skull, and they scraped bullet fragments off his frontal lobe on Thursday. On Saturday, he was home playing with his dog. God is trying to say something.
Well, so I don't know a whole lot about the case. That's in Kansas City. That's where that protest was taking place. The only thing, when BLM hijacks a situation like this, then everybody turns away from it. So people don't even care if it's right or wrong. They're just like, oh, BLM's there? Oh, okay. And then they got their mind made up. I'm going to look into what exactly happened. I mean, we got a little bit of a description there. Oh, apparently this happens so much I might have trouble figuring it out. Let's see. The guy was 84 years old. I'm trying to figure out the situation though. Teenager went to the wrong house. Guy's facing 2 felony charges. I'd like to find actual information about it. I don't know why they keep saying Michigan. Kansas City. $84-year-old white dude, Kansas City, Missouri, been charged with first-degree assault for shooting a teenager who mistakenly went to the man's house to pick up his younger brother. Prosecuting attorney Zachary Thompson said at a news conference that there was racial component. The teenager that died was 16-year-old Ralph Yarl. Oh my God, there's so much word salad in this article. It's because it's wrote by ABC News. Here, I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see what I'm trying to read here. I'll add the link in the description and all of that stuff after this is no longer live, so you guys can go through and read all of this. But this specifically has to do with what they're protesting about. Lots of word salad. Most of this that you're seeing right here is word salad. But that's the guy that did it, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna add this link onto my schedule here so I don't forget to add the information in so you guys can have that, because I want you to have receipts. You're out there telling people what's what in the world. People don't believe anything. We don't trust each other anymore. So now you'll have some receipts. Either way, protests are coming. They're coming. I don't see any way around it. This is something that is going to happen. Snooksy didn't die. No, he didn't die. Did I say he died? I didn't mean to say he died. He survived, from what I understand. They said that in the video. They said that he was, on Thursday he got his brain scraped. On Saturday he was at home playing with his dog. If I said he died, no. As far as I know, he didn't die. He did not die. I just don't understand what happened. He went and knocked on somebody's door. Guy came out, guns blazing. I don't know. I don't exactly know. Yeah, he didn't look like he had very good eyesight. I'm surprised that he was able to hit somebody with a firearm. Edward, you can order Canadian curds online. I want the real thing. I don't want to make a poutine here at the house. I want the real thing. Trigger Crazy has to go somewhere where they sell the best poutines ever and then drive to Michigan to bring it to me so we can hang out and he could tell me all the great things about poutines. Tell me all the adventures of being Trigger Crazy. He'll be like, Hart, those look like Antifa. That was something I was thinking about too. We were watching Chicago yesterday, and I think we got more videos of Chicago coming up. on this live, but we were watching Chicago yesterday. Teenagers just ripping Chicago apart, and I was thinking, if these assault rifles are out here just smoking people, just getting up, doing terrible things to people, because we got to ban those assault weapons, how come that stuff's going on in Chicago? How come those ARs aren't just hopping off the shelves, taking people out? Big crowds of teenagers, 200, 300 teenagers running the streets, causing havoc, destroying property, destroying vehicles. How come those assault weapons ain't out there doing stuff? Is it really a problem? Is it a problem like they're trying to make it seem? Because if so, why is that happening? Maybe it's not as big of a deal as they think it is. Yeah, I must have said that the kid kicked the bucket. He didn't kick the bucket. I don't know what I said. I was reading the article. But no, he didn't die. From what I understand, the person in Kansas City who was shot did not die. Ralph was working the doorknob and the man shot through the door. Well, that's kind of a tough situation. If somebody was twisting my doorknob, if they cracked that door open, that'd be the last thing they ever seen. And we don't have a defend your castle doctor, and I just know this is the wrong house. So I mean, I don't know. That's kind of a tough situation. Mordrina, he didn't knock. Yeah, that's a tough one. If somebody just came through this door, it would be hardcore. But I keep my door locked, though. That's the other thing. If you came through that door, you're coming through a locked door. Obviously, you weren't supposed to be coming through that door. Nobody's fault. They sell curds in Michigan. I figured they do. I want the real deal, though. Guy Dub, old man locked the storm door that he shot through. It's rough stuff. Thank you so much, Daniel, for the $5 donation. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see. No mandates. When the protesters terrorize communities a few years now, people aren't taking any chances these days. They pew first and ask questions later. It's the product of their labor. I mean, I think people just are built like that. Like in this area, even 5 years ago, if you just walk through their door and they don't know who you are, you're the target. That's how it goes. Bullseye. Assault ban weapons. I know I got to cut that short. I was going to cut that a short out of that yesterday. I'm going to have to do it today after the live. Assault ban weapons. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a t-shirt in there somewhere. I'm still trying to figure it out. Racking my brain. "24/7 details are not clear. Need to hold all opinions until facts are out." Who knows if the facts will even come out? At least the kid didn't die, though. If he wasn't doing anything wrong, good. Old guy. I mean, even if you put the old guy in jail, what are you even doing? He looks like he's days away from the grave anyways. It's rough stuff. It's rough stuff. Dude, it's sad that people are afraid. Yeah, some people are afraid. If somebody comes through that locked door, it's not that I'm afraid. It's, this is mine, not yours. You think you're come here and take this from me. I'm not afraid to tell you you're wrong. That's the thing. If it was me, it wouldn't be fear. I'm not afraid. Shadow, is there stand your ground there? Let's see. Kansas City. Yes, they do have stand your ground, but it says that you have to have belief that your life is being threatened. And I mean, I'm not an attorney, so I don't know, but I don't know if somebody twisting your doorknob is enough to believe that your life is being threatened. I know in certain states it would be, because there's no other reason for somebody to be trying to come through your locked door unless they have intentions of doing bad things to you. But if you're in a softer state, and I don't know how Kansas City gets down, but if you're in a soft state, that wouldn't be enough. They would say that you'd have to see the person with a weapon, yelling things at you, dead bodies on the floor before you're allowed to defend yourself. But if you're in a pro-gun state, they'd say if you even smelt the scent of another human on your property, you take them. So it depends. It depends on who's running the justice system where you are. Dude, you're not a senior. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I could understand that with older people. That's what I was saying about the compliance cloth. If you're young and you're wearing a compliance cloth, I won't even talk to you. You don't even appreciate your own existence. I'm not going to deal with your existence. You want to kick the bucket, go kick the bucket. Like, don't wear a compliance cloth. What are you doing? You're just, like people have said, that's the softies MAGA hat. But when I see elderly people wearing a compliance cloth, I know that they're just scared to risk it. They don't have time to deal with politics and stuff. They're just happy to be here every day. And so I don't have nothing to say about old people. Like I said before, I grew up with elderly people. So I know what it's like. Every day they're risking it all just getting out of bed. So I don't have nothing to say about elderly people and the decisions they make. Especially the way the world is now. Think about how young a lot of us are, and we don't understand the way the world's running right now. Can you imagine being elderly? My grandpa used to tell me about times before plastic. He's like, I'm older than plastic is. Blew my marbles back when I was young. I was like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? There was a time before there was plastic? He's like, yeah, and the world was a better place. It's like, I didn't know. So imagine having an old mindset and then you're dealing with today's world. Everything's done on a cell phone. It's like, I don't know. So I don't have a whole lot to say about elderly people. They're happy to be here. Trigger Crazy A&W doesn't have it there. I don't know. I haven't been to an A&W since I was like 11 years old. I doubt they have poutines here though. I doubt it. Trigger Crazy, I'll get on that. Yeah. You got to bring it to the potluck. Jeb, I wish we didn't have plastic containers now. I pretty much feel the same way too. Because even bottled water isn't good for you because it's in that plastic bottle and that plastic breaks down. I mean, if you catch it on the first day, you might be all right. But if that bottle of water has been sitting at the store for a while, it's pretty much contaminated. And they got like plastic in our food. I keep seeing videos where they're like breaking down food and they look at it under a microscope and there's like plastic fibers in it, like McDonald's food and stuff like that. For what? Eating plastic. That's got to be good for you. Hillbilly at Heart, they want us to believe it's that bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a whole lot of chaos when I'm out and about. Only when we're covering the news. Easy. Murder should only be used as necessary. Yeah, I agree. People should not be out there hurting each other. That would solve, I mean, that, you know, I feel like misunderstandings are 90% of our problem. Not just Americans, but just across the board. Humans. Most of our issues are caused by not delivering, like, things not translating correctly. Which is why I'm so wordy and I explain things to death. I'm repetitive with things I say. It's because I cannot stand misunderstandings. Kills me. Because people are so quick to make up their mind. They hear you say something. They don't even hear what you said. They just think they heard what you said. And now they got their whole mind made up about you. And that's... you got to have grace. You got to have grace for people. You got to give them a little buffer. Give them a second to explain themselves. Because the way you heard it may not be the way they meant it. And then on top of that, like, hear what they're saying. Stop assuming what they're saying. Hear what they're saying. And we take on information so quickly because of our technology we have around us. We're consuming information hundreds of times faster than humans ever have because we have shorts and TikTok and articles. We have every form of media known to man. We're consuming information at a crazy speed, and because of that, we're not reflecting. Like, we used to be all excited to go see a movie at the theater back when we could afford stuff like that. You'd go see that movie at the theater. It'd be the first time you went and saw a movie in months because it just wasn't available like things are now. You'd come home, you tell all your buddies about that movie you've seen. You tell every person you ran into, hey, I went to the movies last week and I saw this movie, it was great. That's reflection. You're reflecting on what is happening to you, your surroundings, what you're absorbing. We don't do that now. We don't reflect. We just say, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? We don't think about what we already have. And it makes us not appreciate the things that we have because we're just too worried about what's next. I don't know. We're breaking down. We're breaking down. And it's like a lot of us do more socializing online than we do in real life. Like, we feel more connected now than we ever have, but we're actually more isolated now than we've ever been. And we just don't realize it because technology is all wrapped around inside of our lives. Matthew, tin boxes are so cool. Yeah, you don't see people keeping plastic the way they keep glass or metal things. Plastic's just not built to sustain. Down in Brooklyn, it's called ADHD. I don't know. All these names, ADHD, and I don't even know what's allowed to be said and not allowed to be said on YouTube. I feel like that's another thing the internet is doing, is the internet is putting titles on everything that everyone feels. There's a name for every feeling out there, and you'll be watching TikTok or whatever, and they'll say, oh, I'm this. I'm ADHD, and that means that I do these things, and I have these habits, and I have these behaviors. And then you think, well, I do that. I have that behavior. I have ADHD. And then you walk around, you're like, hey, I have ADHD. And everybody's like, why do you say that? Why do you look this way? Why do you behave this way? And you're like, oh, well, excuse me. Just pardon me because I have ADHD. So you need to just give me special treatment because I have a title for my feeling or my behaviors or whatever. So what? So what? Eventually, all of us will have some sort of symptom, some sort of title, some sort of thing wrong with us. And we'll all be excusing each other's bad behavior because of a title that we all hold close to us as a part of our identity. I don't believe in none of that. I don't believe in none of that. I don't. I mean, I understand ADHD and all that stuff, and I'm not saying I don't believe in illness. I just don't believe in running out there and finding out what title fits you to make it a part of your whole identity so you could tell everyone you need special treatment. That stuff is so stupid. I don't even, like, there could be all kinds of stuff wrong with me. I don't care. I don't take medicine. So what's the point? What's the point of going and finding out what my title is if I'm not going to go and take medicine to treat my title? God made me the way I'm supposed to be. That's all I know. God made me the way I'm supposed to be. If there's something wrong, I had a heart problem or something, I'd take medicine. I'm not going to take medicine to change my personality because somebody else told me that there's a title connected to it. I don't need to tell people this is the title of something wrong with me. This is my whole identity. Hi, I'm JeffMAC, and I have this wrong with me. Stupid. That is stupid to me. And again, I'm not saying that illness isn't real or anything like that. I understand people have problems, but the whole seeking a title or being evaluated to figure out some label you can slap on yourself so you can walk around and make that your whole identity. That stuff does not make sense to me. Like, not at all. And I see it so much nowadays. So much. People are like just acting. This is where horoscopes used to be. They'd go out there, you'd see some woman crash her car into somebody else's vehicle, and they'd be like, well, sorry, I'm a Sagittarius, these things happen. Now we do it with labels. Oh, sorry, I'm this, that, and the other. No, you just don't behave right. You do not discipline yourself to act accordingly. You don't know how to behave in public. You don't know how to socialize correctly. You just want to go out there and act like a full-blown asshole and then tell everybody they have to excuse you because you have some special title. I don't believe in that stuff. So that stuff doesn't work on me. You come around me, act like an asshole, and be, oh, sorry, I got this, that, and the other. That you just said a whole lot of nothing to me. You might as well be KJP. I just think you're an asshole. I don't care what your title is. You take that and stick it wherever. Doesn't mean nothing to me. Like, I don't know. And I don't know where that stuff came from, and I don't know who all aligns with that, but I can't go around telling people, sorry, I just kicked your child in the face. I'm a Pisces. That's what we do. Like, nah. That's not going to work. That's not going to fly. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe in that. So, yeah, I see it all the time, especially on TikTok. Scroll, and people are like, well, If you've done this, then you probably have this. So go around and tell everybody that you have all these problems, blah, blah, blah. See, we got a softie in the chat. Easy. Did I hurt your little feelings? Mental disabilities. Not every title in the world is linked to mental disabilities. Do you think there's perfect people? Answer me that, Easy. Who's perfect? Who has no titles? Who has no mental illness to any degree? Who does? Name a person that has no mental illness, that has nothing wrong with them psychologically. Name one person. What do they look like? How can you identify them as perfect? They just went to the doctor didn't give them a label. Doctors get paid to put labels on you. They get paid to prescribe you stuff. You think there's people that walk in there and walk out with nothing? Nah. That's their business. Their job is to stick a label on you and prescribe you some medicine, prescribe you some stuff. So tell me, I'm not hating on mental disabilities. I'm not saying there's not really illness. I'm not saying that at all. I'm talking about using labels to be a victim, to tell other people they need to give you special treatment because of some label that you gave yourself or you paid a doctor to give you. Easy, I proved my point. And you ain't got nothing to say. You're soft. You're soft. That's okay. You're soft. Just admit it. You're soft. If you want to be a doughhead, then be a doughhead. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not soft. So I'm dyslexic, right? I was in special ed for like 12 years. Do I rock around telling you, hey, I'm special ed. You gotta give me special treatment because I'm dyslexic? No, because that's not a part of my identity. I don't identify as somebody that's like that. Not at all. I don't care about that stuff at all. I think it's a bunch of nonsense. I think it's a bunch of enabling. And I'm a victim of it. I'm a victim of it. So what are we saying? You're crying hard, Easy. It's easy to cry hard. You ain't saying nothing. You ain't saying nothing. I understand that certain people have stuff that it affects their life, but other people are just bored. And they're looking for a reason to be a victim, so people will care about their special little titles. And that's it. That's it. You can be mad. Cry hard for me. I'm not wrong, though. I know I'm not wrong. Because 10 years ago, it wasn't like that. You didn't have everybody over here trying to pick what's wrong with them. Because people don't want to feel bad about themselves. They want to be happy. You will never be wealthier than being happy. Be happy. Don't find all the things wrong with life. Find all the things that are right with life. And that doesn't come with labels. It doesn't come with labels like that. Labels and all that stuff, that's victimhood. You'll never be happy and a victim at the same time. Never. Oh, Easy. I'm actually passing your comments so everyone can see how soft you are. Whatever. You're talking back to me right now. You're stealing the show. It's soft. I never get to talk to soft people like you. That's why I'm allowing you to be here. You run your show. We'll come on to your show and tell you how soft you are, right to your face. It's all right. It's all right. You identify as soft. That's fine. Doesn't matter to us. Exactly, Matthew. What's normal? What's perfect? What is without labels? Nothing to people who love labels. Be happy. Don't be scared. Be happy. Don't be soft. Be happy. Don't worry about the small stuff. Don't worry about it at all. Doesn't matter. See, except for trigger crazy. See, trigger crazy is perfect. I have no mental illness except for bigotry. That means I'm sane. Yeah, see, trigger crazy is perfect. You guys crack me up. You crack me up with that stuff. Sinned again. Easy must be on YouTube. Well, yeah, you don't really see soft trolls and stuff anywhere else. It's only on YouTube. But that's okay. He can even stay if he wants to. He's all mad though. He said the F word at me. He's mad. He's mad. What's up, Blue Ruby? I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It'll be okay. JB, the channel was supposed to be called Jeff Cam, but he's dyslexic. You see? It's okay. It's okay. That's funny though. That's really funny. Look at Easy. I'm in a meeting. No, you're not. You're sitting here on YouTube, you softy. Look how soft he is. It's mad. I'm passing all his comments because he's considered too harsh for YouTube, so they keep flagging his stuff. Look how soft he is. I'm in a meeting at my real job, but I'm watching a live stream of some guy talking crap about my soft feelings. I couldn't imagine being so dedicated to being hurt. I'm at my real job, but I'm preoccupied with somebody hurting my feelings. I gotta just sit here and listen to him. I gotta know what he's gonna say next. Just in case he hurts some more of my feelings, I gotta tell my buddies and all their labels. Soft. That's alright. So this next video we're gonna cover is titled Grifters at the Pentagon Lied About U.S. Hypersonic Capabilities. Go ahead and get this pulled up.
Days ago in the Washington Post.
It's nice to have something to laugh at. It's good stuff. I really like it. All right. Kyle, you ever watch Revenge of the Sis on Rumble? They go live at 3 p.m. I have not. I will check them out, though. I will check them out. Doo-doo-doo. Just reading through the chat, making sure everything's good. Peyton, just started some seeds with my mother-in-law. That's awesome. I'm trying to get a greenhouse so I can sprout some seeds. I got some Carolina Reaper seeds. I want to grow some peppers. I can't eat them, but I think they're neat, and I like to make hot sauce even though I can't eat hot sauce. I don't know, I'm weird like that. Which label is that? We'll stick a label on there. I want to do some gardening as well. I don't care how flamboyant that is. Having plants makes me happy. Something about the whole process. Plants are always happy to see you. So I like having plants and stuff, but I like to grow them from scratch. It's hard to do that when you got big Klaus Daniels out here just wanting to chew the tops off of everything. It's rough stuff. Let's see. What's up, Nina? I ain't seen you in a while. I'm a therapist of many years. You're speaking truth. Reality is the best medicine. A strong faith in God will heal anyone of anything. Appreciate your honesty. Continue this sort of platform. I appreciate you, Nina. Thank you. Matthew, I love growing food. I grow strawberries. I bought some strawberry plants and they kicked the bucket. I don't know if I don't have the right environment for them or what, but I would love to be able to grow some strawberries. Guy Dub, check out Let Us Grow. I will. I'm going to put that up here. I'm going to have to do all this research after I'm done with the live. Doo-doo-doo. I will check that out. Stan. Yeah, I know. It is. You guys crack me up. You guys crack me up. Alright, let's go ahead and watch this video. If I can figure out what button to push. This button.
Days ago in the Washington Post. In Washington, military planners are realizing that China has surpassed the United States in hypersonic military technology. Does anyone seated at the table disagree with that assessment?
Congressman, I think in terms of assessments, we should probably take that to a classified discussion.
Well, it's been sort of unclassified without our consent. We had this leak that showed that China could launch one of these hypersonic glide capabilities 2,100 kilometers, that it could get there in 12 minutes. And I actually don't think it can't be too classified because it was a year ago, Admiral, that you were before the Senate Armed Services Committee, and you seemed to be giving the warning at that time that we saw manifest in this leak. You said, quote, "The hypersonic glide vehicle threat poses a serious threat to the U.S. and allied forces in the region, and we require a near-term initial defense capability to meet this challenge." I read in between the lines of that to say you require the capability in the near term because you didn't have the capability when you gave this testimony before the Senate Armed Services Committee, not in a classified setting, but in open hearing. So I guess my question to you, because I sense you are the truth teller on a lot of these things. Have you acquired the capability since this testimony?
The department is working on the ability to do hypersonic defense, Congressman. Again, I stand by what I said. I am concerned about it, and
it's still true today. Would you, that statement that you made to the Senate Armed Services Committee in 2021, you wouldn't revise that or change that? That is true as we sit here today.
It is.
And so what I observe about our posture in Indo-PACOM is that for the last 30 years, the United States has been building aircraft carriers that will never get into the fight. And we've spent years building littoral combat ships, Mr. Smith, that will never get into the fight. And while you have been giving us the accurate information, you gave it to us now, you gave it to the Senate a year ago, the truth is we have not made a sufficient investment in hypersonic defense in order to ensure that we have this credible deterrent threat. Isn't that right, Admiral?
Sir, if you look at the report as it applies to our Guam defense system, we have identified the need for that capability.
Right. And so I guess tell me, how do our littoral combat ships ever get into the fight in a China-Taiwan scenario?
Well, again, I think that'd be better in a classified setting.
I do think it's not going to happen. I think it's whether it's classified or not classified. Can we hit a moving target with our hypersonic offense?
Again, sir, I think we ought to take those capabilities discussion.
Well, okay.
So
if I represent to you that China can hit a moving target and we can't hit a moving target, do you have any basis in this setting that you can share with me to rebut that assertion?
I disagree that we can't hit a moving target.
Oh, you think with our hypersonic capability?
I didn't say with a hypersonic capability.
Okay, but that's what I'm talking about, because of course we can hit moving targets, but with a hypersonic capability, it changes the deterrence analysis because the time window shortens considerably, as this leak of classified information tells us, kind of as you told us a year ago. And so I know that there'll be great bloodlust to go after the leaker of this information. It is never okay to leak classified information, especially when it could potentially put people at risk. But like, what I wonder is, who's going to be punished more? The knucklehead who leaked this information, or the generals and admirals and so-called experts who have sat before this committee and the Senate for decades saying that these capabilities that we were funding with gajillions of dollars were going to sufficiently deter China? And what you said last year, what you've confirmed now, is that we need a capability in the near term that we do not have. What this leak shows is that China has it, and we don't. And yet we continue to build ships that'll never get in the fight. We continue to support these endeavors that don't enhance deterrence, but if the right senator or congressman or lobbyist is for them, we do them. And I think that's, while it is never okay to leak classified information, I think that's what animates the concern among some of our even youngest and most inexperienced service members that we are not really positioning to win this fight. And we got too many grifters who roll in and out of the Pentagon, to defense contractors, and some of them even become Secretary of Defense thereafter. And I think it is disgraceful, and it's not worthy of a true Pacific power like the United States.
Matt Gaetz, always getting it. I think he's a representative of Florida, I believe. Always getting it, calling him out. But will there actually be accountability? It's always good to hear nice things, but the leaker, who knows if it was actually a leak? It could have been done strategically, but Gaetz is always calling him out. Him and MTG, they get together and they just cause havoc, and it's always good to watch. I don't see a lot of accountability at the end, though. I don't know if that's necessarily anything that they can do, but they're definitely always calling him out, like MTG calling Old Man Walter a liar at the State of the Union address. And he brings that up all the time as if it makes him look good somehow. I always think it's funny that he brings it up because it was one of those hot moments. Let's see. What's up, Sweet Tooth? I appreciate you being here. Yep, Gaetz is always getting it. He was one of the first to go check on the J6ers also when they first got incarcerated. Those people he was talking to, they don't care. They make big bucks to sit there and say, well, we need to talk about this in a classified environment. Nah. That conversation's not going to move forward. Let's see. Melissa Jeffafa. That's funny. I think he was a patsy for Old Man Walter's documents being sold. Oh, the leaking? Yeah. It could be. It could be. D Black. Holly's a good guy also. Yeah, I like Holly. I like Holly, MTG, Gates. I'm trying to think who else. Those guys are always in the spotlight, and Holly calls them out. I'm trying to think though, because I want to say Holly just supported something that was suspicious, and I can't remember what it is now. I like Holly ever since we covered him calling out Facebook and them, because he asked Zuckerberg if they were tracking Americans off of the Facebook platform, and they said no. But then Holly pulled up a huge display proving that they are. They have the code and they have all that stuff. If you've ever made a Facebook account, they follow you from that point on. Everywhere you go online, they know when you're going online. They track you completely. And Holly exposed that. He also exposed that Facebook will take your account information and network it with other social media platforms like Twitter and stuff. And I don't know if they deal with Twitter now that Elon has it. But he exposed all of them in a big way. Now, I don't think it changed anything. But ever since that happened, I've always been back in Holly. He does good. Sweet Tooth, any news on the Biden LLCs? There was a video talking about that, but they started trying to think. They were talking about something that I can't show on here. Oh, the yellow and blue country. They were talking about that, and you can't talk about that. You can get your whole channel demonetized talking about that stuff. Lone Wolf, hope we survive all of this. It's insane. I think we will. I have faith. We're strong Americans. And Canadians. We got some Canadians with us. We got people from all over the country. We're strong. It'll be fine. We just have to endure it. Don't let it break you down. Oh, I appreciate you, Shanti. Melissa, you want a shirt? Go check out the merch store. I'll post a link in the chat. Somebody just knocked on my door. I wonder what that's about. They're gonna have to wait. I'm at work. Like Easy said, that's my real job. Cracks me up. People get all bent out of shape. There's no need for that. No need to get bent out of shape. Let's see. Melissa. There you go, Melissa. Tara, you catch Old Man Walter's neck in Ireland? I did. Looking like he had a latex mask on. He like did something, then it was all wrinkled here. I think I don't know. I think they do use masks. They were showing, I think it was State of the Union address, and Hyena Harris was sitting next to McCarthy, like up on the bench in the back behind Old Man Walter standing at the podium. And they were pointing out that she never opened her mouth, like the whole time they were showing that stuff, that she was just sitting there really still-faced, and that this whole area looked messier than it normally does. And people were wondering if that was actually a person in a mask, and that Hyena Harris wasn't even there. And the more that I watched that footage, the more I wondered myself, because masks are pretty advanced, and then you got Hollywood that has nothing better to do than work with the White House, because nobody's watching movies or anything like that anymore ever since they've been exposed as terrible people. So who knows? I don't believe half the stuff we see coming out of the White House. Hillbilly at heart. We have laser capabilities now, at least that's what YouTube says. Yeah. Thank you so much, Roller Skater Texas Girl, for continuing the membership program. I'm not sure if you upgraded or you started, but thank you so much. I appreciate the support. You're awesome. Oh, you're back. You just joined back up. Well, thank you so much for continuing. I appreciate you. MD, Run. YouTube is hot garbage. Yeah. I don't know. I'm waiting for more community guidelines. It's been a while. They normally send out an email saying, hey, by the way, you can't talk about any of this stuff anymore. It's like, okay. Sometimes they don't tell you, though. Sometimes they just take your videos down and then they say, you know, hey, we don't know if you knew this or not, but we took these videos down because we changed the rules and you can't say this stuff, so. Oh, easy. You cry hard for me. Nobody can even see your stuff. It's getting flagged. You gotta be more creative than that. Let's see. Easy. I'm closer than you think. Ooh, are you threatening me, Easy? Don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear. I'll have you on camera, son. Crying. You don't want that. You don't want these problems. These hooligans are hungry for action. You don't want it, okay? I'm really reserved on camera. You don't want these problems. God, that'd be a good highlight reel, wouldn't it? I don't know. Starting off the spicy summer with spicy here at home. I appreciate you, Donald. What's up, Deborah? Happy freedom. What the heck? Melissa, I'll see what I can do. There's more than just regular t-shirts, but I'll put together some tank tops. There was tank tops. I'll have to go through and summarize everything, get everything ready for summer. I did make tank tops. I don't know if we have it in all designs though, and I got new designs coming out pretty soon as well. I'll let you guys know when that happens. I was gonna do it yesterday, but then I got sick and then I slept the whole day. Let's see. What's up, Jub? There you go. Followed you back. It's a big thing on Kick. Everybody like follows each other. I don't know. It could be bots. Who knows? They show up and they're like, "Hey, I followed you. Follow me back." Well, I don't have anybody watching, so I might as well just follow people back. Why not? What are you guys talking about in Rumble? Fallout shelters. They have fallout shelters near me. The post office in the city next to me. If you go around the back, there's a big sign that says like nuclear fallout shelter with arrow pointing down the stairs. It's probably not up to date. It's probably not upkept, but I thought that was interesting. First time I went to take a letter to the post office after moving to the area, and it's legit. Like, it's a real fallout shelter. I don't know. It's the only one I've ever seen though. What's up, Whistler's wife? Get a sweet million cherry tomato plant. Grows great in Michigan. Super sweet and produces all summer. Awesome. I will do that. I'm gonna set that aside so I can remember. I have a terrible memory. I thought it was from using, I don't know, this might sound ridiculous, but I thought it was from using deodorant, because deodorant has aluminum in it. Aluminum is linked to the cause of Alzheimer's, and I am super sensitive to non-precious metals. So I was working in a factory where they dealt with a lot of aluminum, to the point where it was like in the air would glitter, and it caused me to lose my hearing in my left ear from putting earplugs in and out. And it was like, I don't know, my throat swole up, my nasal passages all swole up and stuff. It took me 9 days to recover. Thought I was gonna kick the bucket. I couldn't even walk. I was like running into everything because my equilibrium was off. I cannot deal with non-precious metals. Peyton, I can taste metals when I touch them. Yeah, I'm real sensitive to metal in a big way. What is going on over here? What's up, Storm? Yeah, I'm sure there's tons of people that have private shelters, but as far as the public goes, It's only the one at the post office. It's the only one I know of. It's the only one I know of. Daniel, keyboard warriors. Yeah. It's true. It's true. He'll be like, it might be easy at the door. He doesn't want these problems. He's talking a lot, but he don't want this. He couldn't handle Klaus Daniels, okay? That 15-pound chicken nugget, that's the attack feline. You don't want those problems. That's not an honorable death. You get taken out by Klaus Daniels. It's a hard way to go. It's a hard way to go. That's all right. Bobby, easy, send him some flowers and some kisses. Some sweet little kisses. What's up, Patrick? Happy freedom. Let's see. Melissa, that is hilarious. I can't say that out loud, but it could be. It could be. It would not surprise me at all. What's up, Brian? Yeah, I can't talk about that either. But the planes are dropping in the air. Yeah, can't talk about that either. But it's going hardcore right now. That stuff is going hardcore, and it's because the skies are clearing up. Soul for real, we have caves all over here as fallout shelters. Yeah, not here. We don't have any caves. Well, I don't know. Not in West Michigan, we don't. True, crazy. Easy should come to alt platforms. They won't last. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Because, like, it's set up so it's subscriber only. So this person is subscribed to me to be hurt by my words. So, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Donna Sparks could be Amazon. Is it? It might. I'll check it in a second. Let's see what we got. So we have a video. I'll check the door in a second because this video is 5.5 minutes long. This video is titled "Career Criminals Assault Police Officer in New York City." This is the one I was talking about earlier, where a person just walks up broad daylight, slaps a cop with a bottle.
The rise in violence.
Come on, man. All right. All right, so we're going to get this started. Career criminal assault police officer in New York. I'm going to check the door really quick. So if you see me disappear, don't you worry. I'll be right back.
The rise in violent crime continues in America's biggest cities. On Monday in New York City, a man was caught on video in the Bronx in AOC's district, hitting an NYPD officer in the head with a bottle in broad daylight. Thankfully, that officer is expected to be okay. That man, who's got a rap sheet a mile long, told police that, quote, God told him to do this. Joining me now for more is former Homeland Security Advisor, Secret Service Special Agent, and Newsmax contributor Charles Marino, and retired Milwaukee County Sheriff, Newsmax contributor, and president of America Sheriff LLC, Sheriff David Clark. Great to have you both back on. Sheriff Clark, we'll start with you. You saw the video. Eric Adams says that New York is America's safest big city. What was your reaction when you saw this?
You know, it's sickening. It really is. God didn't tell him to do that. The devil was talking to him, and he knows it. When a guy comes up brazenly like that and just smacks a cop in the face, you know, that's what we've come to now with this war on police, this constant, these efforts to defund the police, to make the police the bad guy. This is the result. But fortunately, more people, I saw a couple people jump in there. You know, that's what's going to be necessary. But to assault a law enforcement officer, let's see if Bragg charges this guy. Let's see if he puts a bail on him. Probably won't. This guy's probably out already.
Well, the spotlight's on Alvin Bragg right now for other reasons. Charles, do you think that the DA is forced to charge the suspect in a case like this?
No, not yet. I think he's going to continue status quo here and pick and choose which laws he's going to enforce. Look, I mean, we're seeing it in New York. We're seeing it in other large cities, especially these sanctuary cities. We're seeing what it looks like when society breaks down in cities that have abandoned law and order. And if these cities want to remove themselves from mainstream USA, then my proposal is no federal money That's it. You've got that the Republicans are running the House. You've got House Appropriations, House Homeland Security, where all these federal grants come out of. Cut these cities off from all the federal money because it's going to waste anyway. They're not enforcing the laws. What are they using the federal money for? So cut them off. This is money to the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars per large cities. So that's it. Discontinue it. And that will force some type of change.
Yeah, Charles, good point. Sheriff Clark, I want to talk about Chicago. Hundreds of teenagers causing just utter chaos and mayhem over the weekend. 4 Walmarts are also being shut down in neighborhoods that really rely on Walmart. And Walmart, we're talking about a massive corporation. They said, look, we don't want to be open in neighborhoods where we've got to worry about looting every single day. And then Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who's still mayor for a little while, and Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson both issued statements. Johnson said it's not constructive to demonize youth who were doing what you're seeing on your screen right in the middle of downtown Chicago, by the way, the Magnificent Mile. Look at these stores. Again, very few arrests. This is one of the Walmarts. No wonder it's closing down. Do you expect anybody to be held accountable for this?
No, Chicago's one of those cities, Cook County, with that prosecutor, Kim Foxx, who won't charge people. She won't hold people on stiff bail for this kind of behavior that goes on. Look, businesses cannot thrive in this environment. Their customers don't feel safe. They won't frequent the store. The employees don't feel safe. I know I read a story where a Target store in one of these areas lost $400 million in profit in November alone, last November. It just can't continue to operate like this. And until this climate changes, until they start to get people who will enact public policy, urban policies that make a difference, these businesses are going to shut down and move on. I don't blame them.
Charles, can I ask you just a quick question, about 30 seconds? We're seeing all these videos, and a lot of these videos, this is shocking, but a lot of these videos are coming from the actual criminals themselves. They're recording themselves committing crimes, and nothing is happening. What do you make in just that change in and of itself?
Yeah, they're achieving multiple things here. And, why not film it? You're not going to be held accountable. It's not going to be used as evidence against you. And if it is, you're going to cycle in and out of the processing before the police officer can finish the paperwork on the charges. So there's no resolution here coming from these district attorneys in these large cities to provide any form of a deterrent to stop this. And as a result, you are now getting this mob mentality that we're seeing across major U.S. cities.
Important to note, too, if you watch MSNBC or CNN this morning, they are not covering this story. Very little media coverage because it doesn't fit their narrative. Charles Marino, Sheriff David Clark, we appreciate you being with us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Chicago's pretty much lawless. And like they said, they're even videotaping themselves over here, recording themselves committing crimes because they know ain't nothing gonna happen. There's no accountability for them. I'll read through the chat really quick, but I gotta tell you guys, what was at the door? I'm still in shock. Let's see. JP, unless you're eating the deodorant, it's not going to cause Alzheimer's. I believe you, but as bad as my memory is, I need all the help I can get. I don't know why my memory is so bad. It's not like I'm sitting around smoking the reefer. I wish. Let's see. Bobby, just kids having fun. Yeah, sort of. Fun at everyone else's expense. Let's see. Melissa, they're all teens. Yeah. Yep. So what can you do? What can you do? They're not going to jail. They're just teenagers. Their parents need to be held accountable. That's what needs to happen. I want to say that's how it was when I was younger. If we went and got in trouble, if we went and destroyed stuff, what is it called? Not your caretaker, your guardian. Your guardian was responsible for everything you did. I know because I was a bad kid. I was influenced by my friends to go out and get in trouble. And we'd go out there and do a bunch of stupid stuff, and then we'd get picked up and we'd get taken home, and then my grandma would have to pay out of pocket, all this stuff, pay for stuff to get repaired. I don't know if that stuff doesn't happen anymore or what. Something needs to happen, though. You can't just let child gangs rule the world, burn a city like Chicago down just for what? For nothing? Because they're bored? Just let it happen? Something needs to happen because people aren't going to like the alternative. If vigilante justice or something like that happens, everybody would be outside crying, holding vigils, saying, oh, he was such a good boy, blah, blah, blah. No, parents need to be good parents. People need to be held accountable. Police need to be allowed to do their job and then actually do the job in a non-corrupt manner. Born annoying, get out of big cities. Yep. Faded deodorants with heavy metals are definitely bad and linked to breast cancer in women. Yeah, I've been using natural or whatever. It's supposed to be good for you. I was using the Dr. Squatch stuff, but it was like, it's kind of expensive, and I don't know if they have it at Walmart or not. I was ordering it, but now they got that Dr. Squatch stuff at Walmart. I haven't had to buy it though. You hooligans keep sending me stuff. I got 6 or 7 of those soaps left, and they last, and they smell awesome. So if you guys ain't on that Dr. Squatch stuff, you should definitely try it out. For all the manly hooligans out there, that Dr. Squatch stuff is good stuff. I was trying to get an affiliate link with them, but I think because they're connected to Walmart, they don't do that stuff anymore. I applied, but I never got any response. Normally you don't have to wait very long to get a response for affiliate links. Corpus Haze, Lord of the Flies. Yep. Let's read through the chat really quick, and I'm going to show you guys what Donna Sparks sent me. I'm trying not to look at it right now because I get this big stupid grin across my face, and I can't help it. I'm spoiled. Rich Duke, or nah, that's not what that is. We'll just go with Duke. I didn't do nothing. Yeah, and that's how it goes too. We've seen that so many times. People are out here committing crime, and then they have to pay for it, and then the mother is always like, he was such a good boy, he didn't do anything wrong, it's unfair treatment, you should have let him steal your car, you should have just let him shoot you. Stupid. It's not good. Donna Sparks, you spoil me. Alright, hooligans, I'm gonna show you. Everybody that left early, they're gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad that they missed this. So the knock at the door was the mailman, and it wasn't for jury duty or anything like that. Thank God. Send me this big box from Amazon. Well, according to these little tickets I have here, it's from Donna Sparks. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna give you guys 10 seconds. Type in the chat what you think Donna Sparks sent me. You got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look what Donna Sparks sent me. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Donna Sparks. You just sent me a PS5. So grateful. Thank you so much, Donna Sparks. You're so awesome. Get out of here, Klaus Daniels. Klaus Daniels got a brand new box. Thank you so much, Donna Sparks. I don't even know what to say. Just so grateful. Thank you so much. Holy moly. Holy moly donut shop. Donald at AR-15. No, that would have been as good, though. That would have been right there. You said, Klaus Daniels, we got a PS5. We're one of the cool kids now. He's excited. I'm excited. It's just... I don't even know what to say. Donna Sparks, you're the best. You're the best. I don't know what to say. I'm saying I just get this big stupid grin across my face. I can't even hold it back. Daniel, dang, I need new friends. Well, on the jeffmaclive.com website. I'm going to make a gaming chat. So everybody who's a part of that, join the gaming chat. I'm going to probably do that later today. And then we're going to be able to exchange all of our gamer tags so we can play the game together and stuff. And we'll even work out a way to do it on the live. I've been kind of sketched out by it because I got to worry about what everybody says. But just blown away right now. Can't believe it. I was like, what is this? Carrying it in the house. And then I opened it up and was like, wow. Wow. NS, now you get to buy those $70 games. I buy $70 games now to play on PC. I just don't have access to everything. So excited. So excited. I don't even know what to say. Don't even know what to say. Don Sparks is the best. Brian, my cat can now roundhouse kick through a railroad tie. See, that's Klaus Daniels. He's the combat Klaus. I need to get him a harness so I can attach him to my chest or whatever, like on my vest. Just strap him on. Assault cat. I've never seen an assault hooligan cat like that. Matthew, now you got a game for us. Yep. You're right. You're right. Don Sparks, I hope you're seeing this. You're getting all the love over here. And as you're so spoiled, I know. I know. MD Siron, Easy is big mad. Izzy, I don't know. I haven't been purposely ignoring him. It's hard to spot him. It's hard to see the hate out of all this love going on here. He's mad now, I know that. I know that. No, Daniel. I'm totally grateful. I don't even know how to put it into words. Just reading through the chat really quick. Mr. Beans and Beans, you thought it was food? Food's good too. Yeah, PS5. Never thought I would have one. Now I do. Thanks to Don Sparks. I just so excited. So excited. Trigger crazy. Marbles are blown back. Me too. That's like I came back and sat down and turned the camera on. And they were talking about Chicago going to hell. I was trying so hard not to have this big stupid grin on my face. Because I knew. I opened that box and I was like, I gotta go back to the news. And sat down and had to play it off. I didn't do very well. But you guys didn't know. You didn't know. Not till I told you. Sure, crazy. I'll let him know if I see him. I don't know if it's still in the chat or not. Pumpkin, Dems are gonna have their convention in Chicago. Something. They must like it burning down, because they ain't doing anything. It said, out of all those people that were scrambling around, those hundreds of teenagers, very few arrests were made. How? How? How do you have so many people committing crime and you just don't even arrest anybody? Just let it slide. Everybody on Rumble saying, wow. I know. It reset my brain. I don't even know where we are now. Thank you so much, Donna Sparks. You're so awesome. Alright, so we're at the last video on the schedule. Like I was telling you guys, we're going to watch this very short video of George Bush dodging shoes being thrown at him. But the whole time you're watching this, I want you to think, what if that was Old Man Walter on the stage? Look at how much life George Bush has in him versus when we see Old Man Walter stand on stage. He just looks like a standing corpse. Let's see. Come on, there we go. I mean, just even in the still shot, this guy is way more awake, and I'm not a George Bush fan or anything like that, so don't get that all twisted up, but this guy looks like a real person. Old Man Walter is like a standing corpse. Oh, is he Snooks? Did he leave, or did you guys tag him out? You throw the band hammer at him? Guy Dub, that was definitely better than getting some curds delivered. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. He'll be at heart. 3 months ago, I paid $70 for the addition to Fallen Jedi. I get it in 6 days. Awesome. You'll have to let me know how it is. I like all that Star Wars stuff too. Patrick, the new GTA 6 is on PS5. Really? See, look, you guys, you get me all excited here. You get me all excited. Okay. I figured, Snooks. I was just asking. So I'm not sure when this video is from. It's obviously old if George Bush was running things. But just watch how nimble he is compared to Old Man Walter just simply walking up and down stairs or riding a bike. Look at this. Old Man Walter would never be able to handle that. He'd be toast. He'd be toast. Old Man Walter would just be standing there and bam, right in the face. Wouldn't even know. He wouldn't even know what hit him. Jill Handler would run in, doing protection. She probably could do backflips and stuff, ninja style, doing kung fu. Let's see. Melissa, it's an Iraq flag. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but the video came across my feed while I was checking out the internet yesterday before I fell asleep because I was all sickly. And I seen that and I was like, wow, Old Man Walter would never be able to survive a flying shoe. It would just never happen. He couldn't dip, duck, and dive like that. It would never work. Jill Handler would be crying, kissing Hyena Harris's husband. Nobody would know what to do. You know the shoe was white supremacy. It was a racist shoe flying through the air. They'd have to ban assault rifles at that point. All the assault weapons, those assault weapons, they'd have to go after the flying shoe. It would never work. The flying chakla. It would never, I couldn't imagine it. People today would lose their marbles if that happened. Let's see. Patrick, Old Man Walter would get clocked in his plastic face. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. He just would not survive it. I don't know. It's just, he looks lifeless. He's like a robot. He's out here just doing this stuff, and it's elderly abuse at this point. Melissa's shoes would be banned. We'd have to get rid of those racist shoes. Ting ting. YouTube killed my channel for uploading. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't talk about predators. Calling predators predators is a bad thing, I guess. I don't know. Can't do anything on the internet. Jeff Robe, assault band shoes. That's that's what it is. Get assault band shoes, like KJP says. Brian, assault shoes are the biggest threat to America today. You're not wrong. We'd have Kirby out here telling us how bad it is. Copious Hayes, his mask could be all wrinkled up. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what age that video is, but Old Man Walter, he's a little bit too old to be doing what he's doing. I mean, Melissa, it passed through, but I bet if I said that, there'd be issues. It's hard to say. What is in my eyeball? Red Wagon, he ducked, but he smiled back at him. Yep. He's full of life. Well, he was back then. I don't know what George Bush looks like now. I ain't seen him since he was running things. Old Man Walter, he couldn't sustain an assault shoe, though. I just thought that was interesting, so I thought we would wrap up today showing something funny, even though we just pretty much hung out the whole day. Let's see. Hillbilly at Heart, that should be on a t-shirt. Old Man Walter couldn't survive a flying shoe. We might put it together. I think I'm going to come out with these next few designs. I'm just going to release them all at once. Normally I kind of stage them apart, but I think we're going to put them all at once because it's been a while. I'm trying to think. The last design I did, I think, was the happy. No, it wasn't the Happy Freedom one. It was the Pledge of Allegiance. It's got the hand on the chest, and it has the hooligan flag on the back, and it has the Pledge of Allegiance in the flag. That was the last design I made. We're gonna have. We might put out assault band weapons. We might put that on a shirt. I'm making a lady hooligan shirt, so the lady hooligans have their own design. I meant to do that a long time ago, and somehow the design got lost. We're coming out with a design titled, well, it's not titled. It's going to say Loud, Proud American. We have another one coming out, No Accountability for the Wicked. Those designs will be coming out shortly. Wicked Patriot, Tears of Joy coming from one eyeball. Yeah, that's what it is. It is. I'm all gassed up. I can feel the I almost said the wrong word. That would have got me banned. Dopamine. I can feel the dopamine. Donna Sparks did it. She did it. Let's see. All right. So we're at the end of everything. What we're going to be doing, we're going to do the spiel deal. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. And we're going to wrap things up. I'm going to eat some food. Probably going to eat a pack of Diablo sauce. Try and clear my throat out a little bit. And then we're going to be gaming it up. I haven't decided what we're going to play. I think we may start with Fortnite. I don't know. I've never played any of that stuff before. I'm going to have to make a character and all that. But you guys can help me do all that stuff. We'll be playing the game for a couple hours. We'll play something for like an hour or so. And then we'll do a vote. We'll decide what game to play next. And we'll just hang out. Just to have fun. I wanted to get some beer and stuff, but I'm sickly. I don't think it's a good idea. It'll make me all gross. So that's the plan. We get everything pulled up, do the spiel deal, then we're going to do the pledge, and then we're going to wrap things up, and then I'll see you guys later for gaming and fun stuff. I'm all about the fun stuff right now. All right, hooligans. Go to jeffmaclive.com. On the homepage, you can find all of my links listed. You can find the link to join Gilded for free. Gilded is currently the best way to receive notifications for when and where we go live, every time we go live. There's a news board on Gilded to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. And there's a ton of hooligans in there to hang out with all day, every day, to chat it up about pretty much whatever you like. So definitely join Gilded. Also on the homepage, you can find links to the merch store if you'd like to grab some merch. We have shirts, hoodies, stickers, and coffee mugs. Everything is displayed in black and white or white and black, but if you find something you like, just click on that item to see all the different colors that item comes in. You can also find links to PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Stripe, Zelle, Buy Me a Coffee, and Locals if you would like to support what I do. There's also a link to the Amazon wish list if you would like to send me stuff. It's really easy to use. Anything you purchase directly from the wish list will be sent straight to me without having to find addresses, send emails, do anything like that. It's really simple. And then finally, there is links to the membership programs. We have memberships for YouTube, Gilded, Discord, Odyssey, Rumble, and Twitch. And then jeffmaclive.com itself has a membership program that will give you access to your own profile for the social media area that is private. We have a private live streaming area with a built-in chat for you guys to all hang out uncensored and watch the live every time we're live on any channel. So if we're gaming or otherwise, we're always live on jeffmaclive.com. And then you will also have access to the advanced messaging system where we can text each other, call each other, video call each other, group text, group call, group video chat, and the ability to upload every media known to man, slideshows, documents, videos, everything. We can share it with each other, we can network, and if you run a business, you can set your profile up to promote your business because hooligans like supporting hooligan businesses. So definitely join jeffmaclive.com. See, I'm getting all phlegmy and stuff. I'm going to mess up the Pledge of Allegiance. I hate that. It always happens. All right, hooligans, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. All right, hooligans, that's that. I'll read through the chat really quick, and we're going to wrap this up. Like I said, after a while, we'll be playing the game. I'll send out the alerts. The alerts will hit Gilded, Discord, Telegram, and jeffmaclive.com. So definitely be a part of any or all of those communities. It's up to you. But you'll be notified when we get on here to play the game and have some fun and laugh and talk all that crap. It'll be good. Oh my god. Shut your stupid mouth, Easy. Nobody cares. Crack me up. Let's see. Yeah, Jeffro, that's the only reason. It's been a long time, so I'm just letting the fire burn. It's all good. I appreciate you, Annette. Thank you all for being here. You guys are amazing. I'm still gassed up about the PS5. Nobody's ever got me anything like that before. Alright, looks like everything's good. Jeb making Diablo tea. That's what I'm about to be doing. You can hear it. I'm all gross right now. My apologies. Alright, everyone. You guys are awesome. I'll see you later. Big shout out to everyone that made donations, join the membership program, or purchase any merch. I really appreciate all of you, and I would not be able to do this without you. So thank you so much for all your support. I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.